I'm Roz, and I'm your dungeon master for the next adventure in this amazing 24-hour stream, the gaming marathon that is being hosted by the Dungeon Scrawlers for the amazing charity ExtraLife. And I'd like to start by throwing to Rhiannon to talk a bit about what's going on.
Hey, so I'm starting out talking about one of our sponsors for this charity stream. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, including Frida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angels novels, one of our regular players, Erin, who's not here right now. Those are her characters. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Web, Xbox One, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. For more information, check out idlechampions.com. During this stream, type in the code that's on the screen to get an Electrum chest code. And then come back later in the day because we have a whole variety of different chest codes going on. So once you get this one, there are others to get. And as for the charity part, we're fundraising for ExtraLife for Children's Hospital Network. And in a minute, I'm going to put my link in the chat because I have some incentives. Not only you're helping children, but you can help children and get a short story critique from me or a world building session. Because not only do I play D&D and write books, but I am a professional archaeologist. So I know a little about world building. So if that's of interest to you, take a look at my page.
That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
And then over to Randy. About our other sponsors.
Sure. Yeah. So obviously it's ExtraLife, and we've got some amazing people throwing in to help us raise money for the kids. So first of all, Norse Foundry. They're offering a set of bronze dragon scale metal dice during this session. So you just enter GIMME, GIMME, exclamation part, GIMME, to enter for that raffle at the end of this session. We'll be giving those away. And then Phoenix Dice is going to be giving out over the course of the entire marathon two amazing sort of gift sets. It's a dice set portfolio, plus you get to choose out 5 full sets of dice to fill that baby up. So you just type in exclamation point enter to enter that, and then that'll be given away at the end of the entire 24-hour marathon. And then also you can go visit their website, and if you enter the code ExtraLife, you get 10% off your purchase. That stacks on top of the bonuses stack. On top of all of their, they got all this crazy Christmas deal stuff going on, where the more you order, the more cool things you get for free. So that all adds up, and then they will give 20% of that purchase to us, to our team ExtraLife fundraising. So it doesn't go to us; it goes to the kids. 100% goes to the kids. So yeah, tons of great stuff. Try it, check it out. Just type those codes like crazy. 1 entry per person for the giveaway stuff. Roz, back to you.
Thank you, everybody. Today we are playing in our homebrew world of Altero, which is a world that Matt and I have created, where we play all of our one-shots and our campaigns, where we play with Trevor as well. So I'd like to start today just by introducing the players and the characters that you're bringing on this adventure. So I'll throw to each of you. Just take turns and let us know who's playing today.
All right. Hello, I'm I'm Randy, and I'm playing Rogar Battlebaron. He's a dwarf cleric, dwarf cleric of life, Sharinlar, and baby gay.
Rhiannon Held, I play Artemisia, half-elf sorcerer. Got some little dragon scales going on. And she's very, very fond of lightning.
All right. I'm Trevor Gemma, or Grave Mortem, and today I am playing Scoops, Dimple, Barklicker, Fremlin, Dandelion, Mernig. I am a forest gnome ranger. I come from the Dewberry Forest, and I've got a mission to make the world a shorter place.
I applaud that goal.
Rogar is there with you.
I am Matt Baker, Tangible Audio on Twitch, and I am playing Anya Varrickson, and she's a female tiefling Barb Ranger. And yeah, she's lived her life in the wilderness before venturing out to entertain the masses.
Super. And the four of you have come to town because there was a call in Bonnybottom, which is a very cute agricultural little town in Orleana. And Bonnybottom is famous for its harvest festivals, and it is a fall-obsessed town, predominantly halflings, and they're all vegetarians. And lately they have become known for having the best pumpkins in the world. They grow some of the most delicious, most beautiful, and largest pumpkins. But this year, something has taken over their crops, and it has become such a menace that they put out a call for heroes. And it is a strange, new, fuzzy, adorable creature they call the Bupper. And as you all wander into town, past the sprawling fields of fresh vegetables all ready for harvest, and the sad fields next to them, just the pumpkins have been targeted. And there is just a sea of half-eaten pumpkins slowly rotting in the fields. And the smell comes into you as you walk in to the town, halflings around you.
Oh, they should make some pies.
Yeah, this is a travesty. All these pumpkins going to waste. I can feel my whole village of gnomes.
Oh, hello.
You notice on the road into town that there are three of you, and you're all holding this same poster that was advertised to come to the aid of Bonnybottom and to help the halflings out with their problem. And you can see scampering in the fields all around you. They would fit in your hand. They sort of have the body of a really cute little fluffy white dog with a big fluffy tail, and then the head of a adorable fluffy bunny with whiskers and little cute ears.
I don't know, Rogar. Are you sure that you can do, or are you gonna like do a little sermon to them about how they should love each other and not love pumpkins?
I do not have beast speech, and Cecilia's not with us, so I do not know how to
That's true.
speak to them. But no, I'm sure though that bunnies are traditionally a great symbol of life, and what's the word? Getting it on. So there should be some way to celebrate them without them ruining everything. I hope.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we want them to get it on less because there are too many of them.
Maybe we need to find out what sets the mood for them, and then set that someplace else.
That's a really good idea. Sorry, I'm just eavesdropping.
Now,
hello.
this seems like something that could be solved with just some better fences.
Oh,
I mean,
hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Scoops. Sorry, I noticed you're holding the same thing I am, so clearly we're here for the same reason, right?
I reckon so. I mean, at least we were drawn here for the same reason. I don't know if we're here for the same reason, but
yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm
one of my
Rogar.
reasons. Oh yeah, Rogar and
Rogar.
and sorry, and you are?
Oh, I'm Artemisia. She's very
Artemisia.
fashionably dressed. She looks like she probably has a title, but she's sort of trying to slum it a little bit. And any mud on her boots, she's used prestidigitation to kind of clean that off a little bit.
It's just
So
always
she's-
crumbling.
Do you guys want to tell us what each of you look like a little bit, so that the four of you are finding each other on the entrance to this adorable town of Bonnybottom, and what it looks like, what you look like, and then also what the Buppers see, because they're all running around at your feet, and they have just orange all over their little faces from pumpkin.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is adorable. I don't. Go.
Well, I'll go since I was starting. So, very polished, put together, looks like a noble, trying to pretend she isn't. Artemisia's hair is braided up in this sort of really intricate cornet that keeps it out of the way. She's very she looks like she would be skinny, except for the fact she knows how to dress really well to sort of create the illusion of stuff that isn't there. and her skin, she's got sort of bronze-colored scales on it, though they're kind of minimized with makeup on her face, but you can sort of see it on her arms a little bit. So very well dressed.
Rogar is a dwarf with reddish brown hair. He's the perfect size of 4'2". Thank you very much. And he's in mithril plate armor. His hammer and shield. Axes are that's just unnecessarily messy. And then and he's got one of his horns is sheared off, and he's got a little flower sticking out of it. And he's got a tabard, a crimson tabard with a flaming needle symbol on it, the symbol of his goddess Sharinlar.
Nice. Scoops is oh wait, how tall am I? I can't remember. I'm 3'4", 40 pounds, with long brown hair, kind of greasy. Bathing isn't high on the priority list. Wearing scale mail, but you can't really see it because over top of it is a lot of leathers that have a lot of browns and tans and stuff to hide amongst the trees, you see. And all of autumn's one of my favorite times of years because I can just get in a pile of leaves and nobody knows I'm there. And I've got a large, weird looking staff. You see, it's mostly black, and it's got a bit of an air of something's not right about it. It makes people a little uncomfortable. And it's about 5 feet long, but usually a smile on my face, and a patch over one eye.
Well, don't worry. Rogar has a boyfriend, so he probably won't be touching your stuff, so it's probably safe.
Anya is a tiefling. She's got sort of reddish purple skin and long purple horns and bright red hair, and she's wearing leathers in sort of greens and browns with a purple and gold collar, and she is very clean and well put together. She was actually in town as an entertainer when she saw the posters and thought, that sounds like a fun hunt, and decided to get involved.
Wonderful. And as the four of you notice the Buppers, they all sort of start to scatter as a tall, slim, but very dirty half-elf with a long robe that's all tattered stumbles across the field and through Buppers scattering, and then all the other halflings kind of looking up and they're putting their hands at their head in shame and trying to ignore him, and a bunch of them collect their little kids, and then they all kind of run off, and you see him that he notices you as you look different, and his eyes are kind of big and wild and crazy, and he comes quickly walking over to you. Buppers just like flying out from beneath his feet as they scamper around through the vegetables, and he says, "People from beyond, and you're here to save us all from the menace." And he reaches down and grabs one of them and he throws it in your face, and he's like, "Look at them, they're everywhere."
He's so cute. Where are they coming from? Do you know?
They've never been here before, and look at the face of evil.
You've got a real interesting idea of evil there, friend.
Well, I mean, evil is known to come in the most appealing of forms for seduction and corruption.
You just
Yeah.
some
I mean,
like
who walks up to someone that looks terrifying and is like, I will follow that person's advice? No, you want someone who looks well put together and has a charisma in general.
So not
charisma.
No, I want you to know this is, I do not judge anyone, but are you saying that these bunnies are trying to seduce you?
Well, I mean, seduce not in the sexual sense, but like in the sense of bringing me over to the evil side and fooling me into thinking that I'm doing something good when I'm actually performing evil.
Oh, we've had problems with that for sure.
Artemisia will take it to see if it like bites her or anything.
Ooh.
This Bupper might
Feel the
notice
evil.
that she smells like a little bit kind of like a wolf. Like she isn't one, but she smells kind of like one. And Artemisia is sort of looking at it and she's like, do I pet this or eat this? There's that thought happening on her face.
And it looks up at you and it's very cute. And it
Oh.
is soft, and as you hold onto it, it smells like the vegetables and pumpkins it's been consuming, and its little orange face crusts of pumpkin kind of like fall away, and it just kind of
Aw.
nibbles at your hand a little bit, like but it doesn't hurt you. It seems to be small and cute and fuzzy and pretty friendly and hungry. You can feel like as you're holding it, its little tummy grumbles. It needs more pumpkin. And the half elf looks over to you and he says, Dargus knows why. Dargus knows it's punishment because we ate meat. Someone brought bacon and we are all
Oh.
being punished.
See, bacon, again, a seductive form of evil for those who are of the vegetarian persuasion.
A lot of
Very true.
people eat bacon all the time, and
Yeah.
the world is not overrun.
I mean,
Right.
I love bacon too, but, for the people who have decided, this community does not eat bacon and presumably has that as a point of pride to have been seduced into eating bacon. That's evil.
The shame.
I have a question. It seems as though these buppers, as you call them, seem to be going after just the pumpkins for the most part. Do you have anyone who is jealous of your town's pumpkin profile? Like a
Well,
competitor?
Rogar leans to Artemisia and says, he's a smart one.
I don't. Dargus knows not. Dargus does not know.
Is there someone who would?
You're Dargus, speaking in the third person.
Dargus. Dargus is a shaman.
Oh.
Right.
And then Dargus reaches down and picks up a really moldy piece of pumpkin and he puts it on his head like a hat, and it just sort of like disgusting bits of it kind of like sloosh down his face. And he's like, Dargus says, see Miona, she's the seed keeper.
The seed keeper.
See, now I feel like we can trust him. No one evil would be presenting this ridiculous an image to us.
See where you're coming from.
Unless that's just what they want you to think.
Even if so, Artemisia is going to turn aside a little bit, so she's not talking about this guy like directly in front of him, but he could probably still overhear. She's like, I mean, even if he's up to something, like, what would it be? Like, I'm not worried,
Yeah, and me neither.
folks.
Yeah. What was the name you said there, Darkus? We're talking to who? The seed keeper?
Miona.
Miona. Okay, and which direction is that?
Well, she is Miona.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's
dun.
not particularly helpful.
Yeah, where is she? Just
Like-
point
She's
us.
married to the mayor.
So, town hall, maybe
Big-
we can hope to
Big
find
house.
Town hall, that sounds right.
her. Okay, well,
Are you
I think
okay,
it's
Darkus?
time to take our leave of you.
I think you should
And,
stay away from how the moldy pumpkin might be having a little of an effect on you.
The bacon is to blame, and he wanders off screaming now about the bacon, and he sees a couple children out in the field, little halfling children, and he's yelling at them that it's their fault because they ate bacon, and it carries on, and parents try to scoop their kids up and run for it.
Yeah, he doesn't seem very good with children. I mean,
And I was a little bit hopeful when I saw somebody approach because, you know, a town full of halflings, there's not going to be any sort of pleasant company for the evenings. But no,
Wait,
no.
what's the problem with halflings?
They're great.
Hi.
They're just not the kind of company I usually seek out.
Ah, what is your kind of company? Taller people? You got something against short people?
Not for I'm talking company
Oh,
privately.
I get
So
you.
it's more of a logistics thing than
Yeah.
anything.
Well, you know what they say, you're all the same height when you're lying down.
I mean, that's not really true either.
It's an illusion. It's aye.
I can only assume that a halfling would be smaller in all dimensions, including.
Well, yeah,
No.
I mean, they all seem big to me.
Well, that's fair.
So this conversation continues while the four of you follow the path into town. It's well maintained, and there's cute little bushes along the side, and all of the homes that you start to see on a bit of a winding path as the houses are mostly made of wood, some wattle and daub, and they're very colorful, and they're built into the hilly side of the town, and they've all got beautiful flower boxes out front, and everything is quite colorful and friendly and happy, and there's lots of halflings around. But it's pretty easy to find that in this small place, as the buildings get a little bit larger, you can see that there would be an area where if there is a town hall, it's likely in the largest building, mostly made of wood and painted beautiful colors.
Okay, so do you guys want to go straight to the seed keeper, or should we ask some of the, regular townsfolk if they know anything, get different opinions? What do you think?
I think we should just go straight to the seed keeper and talk to her. I mean, after that, if we don't have the information we want, we could maybe talk to some villagers, but I can't imagine that they really know more than people who are presumably running the town.
Yeah,
Rogar.
oh, sorry, go ahead, Rogar.
Oh, as he smacks his lips and goes, or if the seakeeper doesn't know, I'm sure there's people wherever there's ale here. There's probably someone who tell us around
You know what I
the
like
ale.
about dwarves? You can always trust their priorities.
Aye.
There is
Thank
a
you.
mighty nice tavern. I was playing there last night, and the ale flows freely.
Oh, it's free. That's great.
No,
No.
it's not free, but not gratis. But it
I
is
don't like it.
abundant.
Aye. Okay.
Anya, you know that the name of the little tavern, it's called the Moco Loco, and Artemisia, the little bupper, if you were still holding on to it,
Yeah.
it just starts to snooze in your arms, and it purrs a little bit.
Oh no, she won't eat this one.
That was still on the table, no pun intended.
Well, I
Alright.
mean, at some point she's gonna suggest that they get in good with a pack of local wolves, because then your bupper problem is solved, and you have some happy wolves. Maybe they can protect you. It'll be great. She could set that up. She can't, but she could pretend like she could.
To the keymaster. No, wait, what was she called?
The seed master.
Seed master.
Seed something. Seed keeper. Keeper?
Seed keeper.
Seed keeper?
Now that also
Trapper
sounds
keeper?
like somebody you could meet
That's
up
what we
for
need, a
company
trapper
at night.
keeper.
A trapper. What was that, Anya?
The seed keeper sounds like somebody you could approach for company at night.
Guy?
Oh.
Quite possibly. Oh, I wonder if she's married already to the mayor, aye.
I mean,
I mean, that's not necessarily a hindrance. It really depends on what they've decided for their relationship.
all right, are we here to take care of weird little bunny things or what? What's going on?
Aye.
Okay, to the
Bad jokes.
town hall or the tavern?
Town hall.
Town hall.
Yeah, Scoops is going
Aye.
to town hall.
Aye.
All right. And easy enough to locate that building in the town. It's midday-ish, and halflings are wandering about, and they're quite busy doing their tasks. A lot of them look a little bit sad, as though maybe the festival that they had hoped for, their big harvest, extravaganza isn't going to go quite the way they'd planned because of the buppers everywhere. And even in town, there are a few buppers nibbling flowers, but they kind of you'll watch a couple of them like take a taste of a beautiful tulip, and it just does not have the pumpkin essence they require. So inside of the town hall, it is just the smell of the wood. It's a little bit dusty, as though people come in with their muddy boots all the time, and the halflings don't worry about it too much. And so it's hard to keep it perfectly clean, but it's really tidy, organized, lots of books everywhere. But it's quite small on the inside, and there's just 2 desks set up. So
I like it here.
What's
mirrors,
the
desk.
ceiling height like?
It's about 8 feet tall.
Oh,
And
okay.
there looks like there's an upstairs probably, but it's like a half of it has an upstairs, like a loft.
You know, this is as grand as a grand hall needs to be.
I agree.
Humans go way overboard.
And sitting at one desk where there's lots of gardening equipment and tons of plants is a little halfling, and she has 2 big buns on the side of her head, and her hair is red and streaked with a little bit of white and gray here and there. And the other desk on the other side of the room, very organized, very tidy, lots of books and ledgers, and it's clearly built for someone taller. So you can see there's a halfling, and her space is set up for her, and then across from her, a desk that's at least human-sized, maybe.
Miona? Are you Miona?
Yes, hi everybody, I'm Miona.
Oh, good.
Are you in need of seeds?
Not at the moment. My name's Scoops. These are some friends I just met out in the road, completely by chance.
We're friends? Oh!
I mean, you've got no reason not to be my friend unless you do something otherwise. We'll see. But I do like you, Rogar, and I do want to go for a trip with you. But yeah, we seem to all be here in response to the same calling, and we're wondering if you have some information about these buppers, this problem, this plague that's befallen your people.
Oh, yes, the buffers. They're everywhere. Yeah, guys, I don't have to tell you. This year's our pumpkin crop just failed. So if you were here for the festival, I'm sorry. You know, you're gonna have to move on. We don't have anything to offer you there. I mean, we have some pumpkin preserves from earlier in the season before they grew. Yeah, and kept breeding.
Have you thought of pivoting? I don't know if this is something you guys do around here, but have you thought of just making a bupper festival?
Whoa!
Yeah, they are pretty adorable. I think
Yeah.
people might come from far and wide to see them.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that we eat them?
Oh
No. I
could
was
have-
suggesting you celebrate them.
Yeah, just have bupper events. You could have people dressed up as giant buppers. You could have some sort of ride where, you know, or games like a carnival game where you make the bupper eat the pumpkin kind of thing. Just, you know, embrace what's happening rather than fall apart because of it.
When you
Yeah,
started to say
maybe like
car,
a petting zoo.
yeah, when you started to say car, I was like, no, don't carve them. That doesn't work as well as pumpkins. Trust me. But I'm glad you said carnival, so that's good.
Yeah, carnival.
Aye.
Yeah.
Carnival. Okay, that's good.
Alternately, if the buppers like pumpkins so much, have you tried distracting them with other squash? Maybe they would prefer some lovely butternuts.
Or acorn. Oh, I love a good
I
acorn.
enjoy butternuts.
Oh yeah, acorn roasted with a bit of butter and maple syrup. That is to die for.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, then they'd still grow things, and then they would get eaten. So, have you thought of perhaps getting a local wolf pack to help you out?
You know, the
You-
nature
you-
of things. Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You understand.
Yeah.
Oh, you look. I will point that Anya. You looks like you'd understand that too.
Yeah, I don't really focus so much on the speaking with animals. I mean, I have a rapport with them, but you know, I can't actually speak to them.
Oh,
Oh, I mean, we haven't really thought too much about trying other, natural solutions because we just
Like better fences?
Yeah, that was a
we-
pretty good one you brought that
Like,
earlier, yeah.
Maybe with some like chicken wire and like taller into the
And then-
ground a little bit.
a very tall, lanky human woman walks in, and she has her hair in a long golden braid on the side. And she's, probably in her 30s. She looks really proper, and her buttons are all the way done up. And she says, Miona, I think you should really tell them about the actual problem if these are the people answering our call.
Oh,
And Miona says, yeah, I mean, it's bad that they're eating all our pumpkins, of course, because pumpkins are kind of what we're famous for. And all we do is every fall we make pumpkin everything, and we eat pumpkins and we live pumpkins. But the problem that the Buppers don't stay cute and small. And there's a really big one to the north, and so we tried.
How big?
Felicity, you tell them you tell them about it.
I'll tell you right now, the bigger the better, because I'm on a mission to make the world a smaller place. There's the average height needs to come down. This place is,
brother.
I mean, I'm really
How
liking
tall-
this town.
How tall are
That
Anya
sounds a
and
little
Artemisia?
genocidal to me.
Well,
Artemisia is fairly tall for a female half elf, so sort of 5'9", kind of. So she's
Oh, I'm
not
sure-
stooping under the ceiling, but she's
This
still.
is this is a world
Anya
of
is
magic.
also 5'9".
This is a world of magic. I'm sure there's a way to make you all properly sized, and then you wouldn't have to waste like so many resources building your building
Yeah.
so tall and
yeah,
taking up so much room on everything. And
yeah. Most places are not very accommodating to the vertically challenged, as I like to put it.
Perfectly
but,
I mean,
sized.
it
as I
seems
like to
like
put
it would be a lot more easy just by default to be accommodating to people of the smaller stature than having smaller places and large people trying to get in them.
if there were no large people.
Because like one can fit on their own and the other ones can't.
Artemisia's gonna shoot Felicity a look like, what is even happening?
It occurs to me that in suggesting alternatives, we are perhaps talking ourselves out of a reward. So maybe we should get on the road.
Yes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
If you want to hunt something, it's what I followed that poster for.
So is this really big Bupper the reason for all the little Buppers? Are you pretty sure about that?
Yeah, is it like a Queen Bupper, just like popping out the little Buppers?
we believe that to be much more the case, yes. As we don't want the little ones, and so we assume they're all coming for the very large one, which is very dangerous. And every time we've, sent someone, we're not really a town of heroes so much as it is. We're mostly farmers, and my wife and I have been doing our best to sort of try to make this all work by offering a reward, and we've just had to keep upping the reward because whatever it is in the cave, it's a very large white monster and very fuzzy and very dangerous. And so perhaps the four of you would take, and she's leafling through a ledger trying to figure out how much they could really afford. Maybe 200 gold each would be possible to destroy it. And,
I mean, that
save
sounds
our
good
small
to me
town.
if I can keep its hide. That sounds like a lot of lovely fur if it's similar to these small guys.
Oh,
And just to be clear, the small ones, they're really cute, but if some along the way were to say get eaten by a wolf, you wouldn't object to that, right?
Oh no, I think I'd be
Oh,
quite
good.
happy. And please, as many of the small ones as you can. If you could also help exterminate those, that would be excellent.
I can do that for sure.
Exterminate.
I mean, they don't look as much fun to hunt, but like,
Kill
quantity
Roger.
makes fun as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wouldn't getting rid of the big one just be a temporary fix? Like, aren't all these little guys just gonna become big ones as well?
Well,
kind of a
I mean, we
band-aid.
can put out poison for the little ones.
Yeah, but
Oh.
then you poison what eats them. So
But
They
clearly
should.
nothing is eating them, or there would be some innate population control already.
Maybe if we just talk to the big bupper, it'll it can tell it's wee ones to just not come into the town. Like they can find something.
there it is. I was waiting for that.
We should try that. And I think, okay, Miona, and sorry, I forgot your name.
Felicity.
Felicity. Do you have a prize pumpkin this year? Did you manage to keep one really big one safe?
I think that the only intact pumpkin left is actually over at the Moco Loco.
Oh, I mean, that's handy.
That one is the only one left. I mean, it's an impressive pumpkin, but no one's going to travel to see that one.
Oh yes, well, of course, all the other pumpkins have been consumed by
Really?
Buppers. And I mean, it's not the end of the world to me. And Miona looks at her and shoots her a really like stern look. And Felicity's like, I'm saying I would like to eat something other than pumpkin once every fall. It's just ridiculous.
Maybe
And-
you need to diversify your portfolio a little.
Miona looks at you too, and she's pats she's got pockets and pockets all over her that are just obviously they jingle a little bit. They're full of seeds, and she says, for every other season, we do. Winter, we got winter melons, and we got all sorts of good things. We got spring is really, really cool and busy here.
Spring melons.
Spring melons, yeah.
And summer, you got summer melons.
We do have summer melons. Have you seen my summer melons?
Oh, that's not my thing really, but
They're really great.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so the reason I ask about a big pumpkin is I'm thinking if we want to try and get on this thing's good side or use it as a distraction. Since these little buppers seem to be drawn to pumpkins, maybe we should bring this whole pumpkin with us, and we can, kind of lead as many as we can if they're really chasing the whole ones back towards the big bupper. And maybe the big bupper we can distract with the remaining pumpkin.
That's smart.
They've already eaten all the pumpkins. Isn't the problem going to solve itself?
What? Which one?
Well, if there's only the one pumpkin left, what do the Buppers have left to stay for?
And Felicity is like, exactly, which is what I've been worried about is, what happens when the large Bupper queen, if that's what it indeed is, gets hungry and desperate?
That's fair. I want to go kill this big Bupper. Let's get on the road.
Okay, I want to bring that pumpkin, so I think we should stop by the Moco Loco.
Sort of collect up the little ones.
Yeah.
Aye,
Get with them out of town.
definitely.
The pumpkin
the
was
little
pretty
one-
big. It's going to be hard to carry unless you want to turn it into a carriage for yourself.
Can we maybe get a wagon or something, or a carriage, or a wheelbarrow? How big is this thing?
Looks like it's probably about 400 pounds if I was just to
Oh.
guess.
Wow!
It's
And
a
this
big-
wasn't the biggest one? Ooh.
Well, it's the biggest one left, she said.
Holy!
And Miona looks very proud as everyone's like, wow. She's just like, I told you guys we're really, really famous for pumpkins.
Wow. How did you move it to where it is? How do you typically transport? I would imagine you would be good at transporting these pumpkins because you're used to it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going somewhere else with that. But we have a special it's kind of a magic wheelbarrow thing.
Great. Could we use that to bring that pumpkin to distract the big bupper?
Awesome. I'll show you guys where that is. It's parked out just around the corner. And you guys can totally use it. You're gonna have to convince Mo and Co that you can actually take their pumpkin though.
Oh,
All right.
All
Let's give it a
right, well,
shot. Yeah.
aye. I'm sure they'll be happy to part with it for the right reasons.
Yeah, what else have they got to lose? Not other pumpkins.
I wish my sister was here because she's really great at talking people out of stuff. But
Oh, aye.
I feel like I've picked up a few of her tricks. So
Let's give it a
Okay,
go.
come on, guys. And you can
As
see
we're
that
walking,
Miona and just Felicity, everybody roll a quick insight before you head out.
Great. Oh, what is my insight? Pretty good.
Not great. 11.
28.
Whoa.
Ooh, Rogar.
That's my thing.
I got a 19.
That's true. Yeah, 19 for me too.
Ooh, 19.
Okay, so for the 19s, you pick up that there's a bit of tension between this married couple. And it's hard for you, the two of you, to really quite understand exactly what it is, but it feels a bit frosty. There's something between them. And maybe if they haven't told you everything, it might be a bit something that they've been currently fighting about. And then on the 28th, though, Rogar, you kind of notice that there's something that in Felicity's pocket she might be particularly trying to like keep Miona from noticing, and you do detect the smell of a salty piece of cured meat.
Oh, Felicity, may I speak to you for a moment outside as we're heading out?
Of course. Is it about the contracted amount?
I just want to make sure, we perfectly fill our pockets with the right amount.
She picks up what you're laying down very quickly, and so the other three of you, Miona is leading you, her little halfling legs, towards where there's a large wheelbarrow that is really beautiful and engraved with some special symbols, and it's clearly for transporting large pumpkins. And then Rogar and Felicity hang back.
So, as a cleric of life and love, I just wanted to offer my services if there's anything that you would like some advice on, perhaps, or that you would like to share about your relationship with your lovely wife, and I don't know, maybe the current situation in the town. I sensed a little bit of potential source of tension there.
Oh, well, we've not quite hired professionals to come in and help us with our relationship exactly. Obviously, times are stressful.
Of course, and obviously that can put a lot of stress on the relationship as well. Well, not to put too fine a point on it, I kind of notice you have something in your pocket there, and you're trying to sort of hide it from her. And secrets, I have learned, have a way of becoming sort of poisonous.
Yes, well, and she notices that everyone else is out of sight, and she grabs it, and she's like, I will destroy the evidence. She tries to like eat the bit of bacon and then like wipe her hands off, and she's like, I'm so sorry, I've been living in this halfling town for 2 years, and it's been wonderful, and of course I'm madly in love with Fiona. She's just,
of course,
wonderful, but I can't eat just vegetables for my entire life. And especially now, I need to eat other things, and I didn't know how to tell her, but I told her, whatever you do, just make it so there's no more pumpkins this year, and then it's almost like I wished for this horrible thing to happen.
Were you, I don't know, were you talking to a wish-granting creature when you said this?
I think it was just between myself and Miona.
Oh, well,
And
unless
she's not-
Miona's,
Not that I know of.
then I'm sure it's purely coincidence, probably. But we will see what the reason for the big Bupper, attacking is. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that you're enjoying a bit of meat. But I would advise you to be honest with her. Because I don't think that, this is going to change. You're not suddenly not going to want meat anymore. And you're not going to suddenly not love her anymore. So you've got to find a way to make those two things work together.
And she reaches down towards to put a hand on your shoulder and says, "You're all very kind, and this has been very insightful, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much."
Of course.
Can I give Rogar inspiration?
Aw.
Yes, you can, of course.
But just to double check, that's not bupper meat, is it?
Would it matter if it was?
Well, I don't know. It just unless a large number of the buppers had been eaten, maybe that had upset the mother. But probably not. Probably not. It's probably fine.
Did you want to try it?
Oh no.
Are you sure?
I'm quite sure. I appreciate the offer though.
Are you also a vegetarian?
Actually, I am. As a cleric of life, it just sort of happened.
Well, I understand. And I mean, everyone to each their own, but bupper meat's quite delicious.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Oh, aye. They look cute, so I'm sure they taste cute too.
Okay, so she doesn't offer you any additional buffer snacks, and then is there anything else that you'd like to ask her?
Oh, is there a god or entity or anything that you think might have heard your plea and cast a curse on the town that we should be aware of?
Not that I can think of. I mean,
Okay.
Dargus is our local holy man, and
All
he's
right.
just as completely insane as ever.
Dargus, that was the fellow we met with the pumpkin on his head there, out in the field?
Yes.
Oh, aye.
He's been the champion of this town for apparently hundreds of years.
Didn't he mention that maybe it was out of character? Didn't he mention that it was maybe a curse because someone ate meat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was when the bacon first came up.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's fine. I am sure it's fine. You should. That's fine.
She looks suddenly much less convinced. She's like, "Do you think it's my fault?"
Oh no. No, I'm sure it's not your fault.
My wife will be so mad.
I would say probably, I mean, if anything, in my experience, if there was a problem with it, it was that you were hiding it, not that you were eating it. So maybe someone did not appreciate, the the hiding.
We all keep many secrets.
It's true. But, make sure you're keeping them for the right reasons, and I think you'll be fine. It was
Well,
nice
let's
talking to you.
Get back to work, and I see that your friends are prepared to pick up the pumpkin. So good luck negotiating with Mo and Co.
Oh, thank you. And we'll hopefully be back for some lovely pumpkin ale when we're done. Convincing the big bupper to kindly go away.
We have pumpkin everything. And as you and Felicity split up and head over to the cute little tavern. It has an absurd number of flower boxes all around it, and very colorful. And right outside are the rest of your team, and they have inspected this kind of wheelbarrow-like cart.
Oh, can I have asked one thing of
Yeah, you can
with
scamper
Miona
over.
before we got to no, not with Felicity.
Oh,
with
you
Miona.
want to ask Miona? Yeah.
So Miona,
Hello. She's walking even faster than me despite being a halfling.
She's very fit.
There was something I forgot to ask. Do you guys have any rivals as far as this whole pumpkin thing? Anyone who's second place as far as best pumpkins go? Rival
Oh, man.
festivals?
Not at all. No one is as good at pumpkin growing as we are.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, there's some other towns nearby, but we're like an 11 out of 10. And I mean,
Oh, that's what I'm saying though.
Two's
Is there a
great.
9? Is there a 9 that kind of wishes they were you guys?
Shelby Bottom, but they're not that great.
Is there anybody there who's got a less than good reputation and maybe not a lot of scruples? You know, who might unleash a bunch of buppers to eat your crops?
They have a seed keeper, but she's really nice. And
Ah,
I never really. We've had some rivalries, but nothing really crazy. But
Okay.
no,
okay. No one's ever,
you
sworn
think that
to.
they might have sent us the Bupper plague?
I'm just saying,
No,
have you considered who
monsters.
might have done that?
It didn't even occur to me that they might do something like that.
I mean, I wouldn't go running around casting accusations all over the place yet, but, it is something worth considering.
Yeah. Nothing? You got no one? Okay. That's fine. Wheelbarrow.
It's magic. It's magic. It'll carry the pumpkin for you. I'll have to hook up one of the goats.
Oh,
Sounds great. On to the hunt.
Well, we have to talk him out of the pumpkin first.
oh yeah, right. We got some convincing to do.
Yep.
So where are these Mo and Co?
Inside their tavern.
Is
Ah.
Mo and Cole like and company, or is it someone named Cole?
Cool. Cool.
Mo is one of the halfling tavern owners, and his sister is Co.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's head on in.
They're lovely people. I talked to them last night when I was entertaining. I think we should be able to make a deal with them.
as we wander in, Rogar's going to say to Anya, "You seemed really obsessed with building fences. Did you come from a fence building family?"
No, it just seems like an obvious solution to animals getting into your crops.
Oh, then I have one question. How do you make wire out of chickens?
Well, it's a common misconception, but in fact, the wire is just made from metal and it's for
Oh.
chickens inside or outside, depending on your
Oh, okay.
taste.
Oh,
Neat.
makes sense.
And you guys watch even the tavern building, although you're watching a really sturdy piece of wood. A bupper kind of bounds up to it and then just gnaws its way through and gets right into the building.
Whoa, impressive.
Okay, Artemisia has an idea for her approach here. So she's gonna see if she can kind of scope out who the owners look like behind the bar or whatever.
Yes, and so as you head in, it's pretty easy to recognize there are two halflings, and they're dressed sort of like in little German lederhosen sort of outfits, and they're matching. One's male and one's female.
So, any objections if I sort of take a run at this?
Oh, go
'Cause
for
I'm
it.
I'm pretty persuasive. I hope.
Sure.
We'll see.
I'll jump in there to help if it looks like you need it.
Rogar's already got a good Melgivale, and he goes, aye, you take it.
Where'd you get that?
So Artemisia's gonna walk up to them, and she's gonna stand really straight and look very sort of noble. And she's gonna say, Mo and Co, I presume, we are here to help with your buffer problem. And I have a proposition to put to you two. As we entered, I noticed that even this place is not safe from their depredations. They are coming right in. And we heard that you had one pumpkin left, and we would like to offer to protect it for you. You see, when it's in this, building, and the building isn't safe because the buppers can chew right in, you have to sleep sometime, you have to visit the mercy closet, and you can't keep your eyes on it all the time. However, if we were to take it with us, there's 4 of us, our eyes would be on it all the time. And I mean, being outside, you would think the buppers could get to it, but we're going to be right there. We can keep them off it. And so really, I think this might be the best solution for you to have your pumpkin be protected by people who are very practiced at doing protecting.
And as they say, a moving target is a target that moves.
Sorry, I'm just confused about the mercy closet. Is this like some
Yeah, that
sort of
got me too.
specialized place for euthanasia, or like?
No, this is
Sounds
Artemisia
kinky.
talking all citified, and she's like, where you necessary functions.
Oh, the shitter.
Yes.
I see. Okay.
Why mercy?
Because
Cool.
it feels better when you're done.
Oh, after I've eaten too much goat cheese, it's definitely a mercy.
Yeah. A mercy for the next person that goes in there. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Well, not so much.
Kind of the opposite, I suspect.
Exactly.
All right, let
They scream mercy when they walk in.
Before we.
Okay, so you want to do a roll probably here on how good this persuasion is. Yeah.
That would be a 22.
Peace.
There was a journey of expressions on their faces while this was happening, and they're like, pleased to meet you. They're piecing together who you must be. You must be here to help the town with the Buppers, and you know a lot about it. And then you want to take their pumpkin, and they're like, oh, that doesn't sound like a good idea. But then, interesting idea. Pumpkin on the move, protect it. Also, they're just really wowed by your elocution, and you just seem very fancy and important. And because they haven't had a lot of people come to town, their festival isn't really going very well. They're just like, oh, this is what it used to be like when we could talk to civilized, interesting people from around the world. And they just seem kind of smitten with your whole vibe. So they look up to you, and they just start to suddenly mix a drink. And they're doing something really fancy. And they've got, looks like a clear spirit, and they've got a bunch of pumpkin pie stuff that they're mixing in, and then something that you get a smell of coffee and sweet, and then there's they crack a coconut that they weirdly pull from behind the bar, and then the two of them are working in tandem, and they make you this amazing drink, and then they just poof a splash of cinnamon on the top, and they push it over to you, and they're like, if you're going to save our pumpkins, you better join us for a Mocha Loco.
There's 4 of us down here.
Well,
I tried one last night. It was fantastic. I'm actually going to step outside whilst you partake in the delightful beverages that they offer.
Roger will do can he do like a perception or something on Anya slipping out?
Yes. And are you trying to be deceptive about it, Anya, or being subtle?
Nope.
Subtle
Okay,
is not
so-
announcing to the room.
You can roll a perception.
22.
Ooh. And so you notice, does Rogar notice anything else about this exit?
I've pulled my flute off of my belt, which is like, I have a rapier on one side in a scabbard, and on the other side is like my flute in a case, kind of matching.
Very nice.
Oh, God.
well, Artemisia is totally gonna try this drink.
Oh, amazing. A Mocha Loco for you, and then they're making a Mocha Loco for Scoops, who is requesting, and then Rogar, you're into a pumpkin ale, presumably.
Aye.
They have pumpkin ale or pumpkin cider on tap.
When I meet Anya's eyes as she's slipping out, does Anya kind of like seem like she would like someone to listen to her flute playing? Or she's like, I need some private flute time.
Honestly, I'm going outside and I'm gonna see if I can sort of Pied Piper these buppers into anything. I have a couple songs that I use to soothe the savage beast when I'm out in the wild, and maybe I can draw them along. It's not magic, but it's very appealing to me.
Okay.
Okay, and as Anya heads out, the other 3 of you roll another perception check for me.
Sure. Can I? Is that 400-pound pumpkin inside?
Yes,
And
in their
is
main
it-
stage area where they have performances like Anya's last night.
And
There's
pumpkin.
also a giant fork and pumpkin sitting on that stage.
Can I, in my perception check, be looking to see, like, just mentally figuring out, is this going to fit out any openings in this place?
Yes, you can.
So
Chip in the bottle.
Artemisia really loves that drink. Her perception is 6.
Oh,
So
hammered with the Moco Loco.
usually she's a Tsar girl, the almond tasting wine, but
Specific.
we figured this out. Aaron
I rolled a
knows a lot about.
16.
A 16. There are. You're gonna have to run over. There's a broom that sits on the wall by that large pumpkin, and you can tell why, because a bunch of buppers are slowly trying to sneak their way towards it, and that broom is clearly for smacking them up.
Oh. So all right. I'm gonna go protect the pumpkin to help sell the persuasion of protecting the pumpkin.
Oh no!
Oh, Rogar will join you.
Okay, there's definitely a few brooms around because there's Mo and Co, and they've each got one that's colored sort of like their outfits. So you guys can each grab a broom.
Artemisia will look, but then she's like, I mean, they've got it. I'll stay here drinking.
And you're chatting with Mo and Co, who are so excited the fact that you'd like to help protect their pumpkin and their whole town, and hopefully they'll have a successful harvest festival next year if we can deal with the problem now. And then they start to tell you about the specials because they're so excited, and they're maybe oversharing a little bit. You're so interesting. So they've got pumpkin mushroom soup with fresh pumpkin bread. They've also got a pumpkin stew that comes in a bread bowl. They've got a pumpkin sandwich with pumpkin aioli, and then there's pumpkin crisps on the menu. So they're just telling you all about that. While Rogar and Scoops, you each have a broom.
Yeah.
You know, I once did this in Westgate. It's a seaside town, but it was with squids. They called it Squidditch. We were like, competing with these brooms to like knock these things. So maybe this would just be called Buppage. I think we're playing Buppage.
Yeah, I don't know if this is as efficient as just grabbing these things and throwing them outside. I'm just gonna try that.
Okay.
Run after one, go to pick it up, and just
Roll a dexterity check.
Dex.
And Rogar, roll a for your broom attack, roll a d20 and just add 2.
All right.
17 for Dex.
13.
Okay, so whenever you smack a bupper and you completely clock one of these things with the broom, it gets really dazed, and you're actually able to catch it if you wanted to. And
teamwork.
Scoops, when you go to grab that one, you do grab it, but it kind of seems to just like squelch out of your hands. And something about the way they're soft and fuzzy, but they just like, and they seem to fit through really tiny holes. So there's something about them. So you just, every time you grab them in your hands, they go poof, they're gone.
That's why they call you Scoops, because you're really good at that.
Yeah, that's weird. They're kind of slippier than they ought to be. Yeah. Is that something about their fur? Weird.
So soft and silky. But yeah, when you hit them with the broom, they daze easily.
All right.
So you guys can continue that, and then over talking to Mo and Co, but then outside with Anya.
So yeah, I kind of walk into the street and see where, is there a particular cluster of buppers? And I just pull out my flute and I start playing my soothing tunes for the beasts, and just to see what happens here.
All right, roll performance.
21.
Ooh. It looks like you've definitely caught some attention of some buppers.
Excellent.
You didn't even know that there were so many of them around, but as soon as you start to play, everybody who has a beautiful flower box all along the town, you see little white heads pop out. And they're looking around. They're not running over to you necessarily, but you do see a bunch of little cute fuzzy faces twitching in your direction.
Well, I mean, it's not going to attract him anywhere, but it still might serve as a good distraction, I guess. I'm going to try a different, perhaps more alluring tune.
Okay. What does this one sound like?
It's a bit jauntier, but also, yeah, it suggests more energy and activity. I'm just trying to get them moving, and then hopefully I can start walking away, and they'll follow.
Okay, you could roll again, and we're gonna head inside to Scoops, who, while you've been chasing Buppers, you've been wondering a bit more about how to actually get this dang pumpkin outside. And you notice with Rogar that the wall that you guys are next to looks like it actually probably rolls up by the stage, because they probably roll in a huge pumpkin every fall.
Okay, that's good.
So hey, Mo and Co. I'm still just like swinging at Buppers, trying to.
And Rogar, if you keep drinking, this is a really strong pumpkin ale. So 1 or 2, I don't know your drinking history and constitution are like, but eventually we'll roll a constitution if you're having that many of them.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Mo and Co. Everything that was being said there about, moving target and getting this thing out of here so you don't have to worry about it as much right now while this plague is on you. How do you feel about that? Because we're willing to do it.
We're pretty into this. It's really exciting to have you guys here and helping us out. And Artemisia is can we take a quick likeness of you that we could sign and put on our wall?
Of course.
As like someone so important came to visit our tavern.
Well, my arena name when I'm fighting the arena in Westgate is the Bronze Wolf, so I'll be sure to sign it with the Bronze Wolf. And she makes I think that's one of my cantrips. She makes a minor illusion that looks kind of like a bronze-colored wolf mask. Like that was probably what she wears in the arena. So that's up for like 30 seconds, and then she drops the cantrip.
They are just enamored and impressed, and they don't even know what to do with themselves. They start just trying to be like, and they pull a bunch of stuff out, and they want you to sign like coasters that are for the bar. They're trying to just, there's a mug there that they're wondering if you could do some magic on. They just start to like offer things, and so you'll need to excuse yourself from their presence because they're having trouble letting go.
Well, she's gonna do it for a little bit, but then she's gonna start to look like a little bit embarrassed.
There's some people, other halflings are in the tavern, and so they start to also kind of like, as you look around, there's a few more of them staring at you, and they're wondering over like, Bronze Wolf, what's that?
So how are you guys doing with the pumpkin moving?
Because she kept all of the buppers away from it.
Great. It looks like this wall. Does this wall slide up? Because we'd love to, get moving on this thing. These buppers are relentless. Time is of the essence.
Pull the chain! So there's a chain on the wall for the 2 of you. If you want, one of you can do it and roll a strength, or you can, if you want to help, you can do that, and that person can roll at advantage.
I nominate Rogar. Artemisia has a strength of 6. Her arms are noodles.
Believe it or not, I'm pretty strong for a gnome. I've got a +2.
I'm doing it with one hand, to be fair, because this ale is really good. But
if Rogar's doing it, I'll sneak up, sort of like next to him, and he's doing it with one hand, and I'm just going like this.
Okay, great. So Rogar, you can roll at advantage, and let me know plus strength.
okay. Okay. Good disadvantage because the first one was 6. The second one was 18. All right.
Perfect. Yeah, so the first time it kind of goes through your hands, but Scoops isn't actually doing the pulling yet. And then as soon as he starts to go to, the whole back side of the tavern's performance area rolls up, and then it's clearly shaped for an even larger pumpkin than the one that they have on the stage. And then they're just like, yeah, just roll it.
Who said something about a wheelbarrow? Where's the magical wheelbarrow?
It's outside. Miona has hooked it up. She's actually brought it around because she knew you guys would take this route. And so it parks right outside. If you just roll it off the stage, the pumpkin will roll right onto the cart. And then there's 2 little goats hooked up to it.
Oh, great. Okay. Shall we? Anybody
Just
gonna
out
help
of
with this?
game here, I looked up a bit of trivia to see like how big is a 400-pound pumpkin versus a festival pumpkins. The largest pumpkin ever is from Germany at 2,600 pounds. So yeah, they probably are used to bigger pumpkins here.
Wow. Wow.
I was expecting it to be like 600 pounds.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Whoa.
Pumpkin!
Okay, so Scoops is
Okay.
going to you can certainly get to the lowest point to start pushing up to get the roll going. Anybody help it?
I mean,
Well,
Artemisia's gonna come over there, but she looks like she wants to try to help, and she's sort of like, eh.
Rogar will even like put the mug in his mouth and
Okay.
I'll get my
and
shoulder into it.
They've been so excited. They, of course, are refilling your ale. I would have Rogar roll Constitution for me just to check in on how it's going.
17.
Fantastic. So
Good
you
number.
just notice how strong the delicious pumpkin ale is. But
Is
it hasn't
Artemisia
really-
okay after the Mocha Loco?
She also should roll Constitution.
Okay. Not as bad as my strength. Oh, that's not too bad. That is 17.
Oh,
Good
great.
number.
So you're also you notice that this is a really strong drink. They would be dangerous having a bunch of Mocha Locos in an evening. It doesn't taste like alcohol. It just tastes like delicious, creamy pumpkin cinnamony goodness.
Yeah, there's a reason
That is
Anya
dangerous.
didn't partake in it before we go on an adventure. She had a few last night.
And you roll the pumpkin out. Scoops, you're doing a push with Rogar, so you can roll an advantage.
Sweet.
And someone's gonna have to
Oh.
manage the goats.
Oh, geez.
Well, Artemisia can do that
12.
for now, but
Yeah, I do have some animal handling eventually.
And once you get the pumpkin out, even a 12 is enough to push it. It's not pretty, but
Okay.
you guys haven't, you're not experts in all of this. But it rocks to one side and looks like it might miss the cart, and then rocks to the other. But between all of you, you're actually able to. Artemisia is more directing it than she is pushing. But it helps. It helps.
It
she's
totally
good.
helps.
And
Steer
Rogar
it.
grabs, one last, I assume, drink on the way out. And then
Sure.
as you exit the Mocha Loco Tavern, you're outside with a very large pumpkin on a magic cart, pulled by 2 fluffy goats.
Great.
Hello, goats. I'm just gonna go familiarize myself with the goats so that they see if they seem friendly and to follow us, so that they're not just distracted easily by whatever goats want to eat.
Goats want to
Hey,
eat
goats.
everything. But they look like they know what they're doing. They're usually hooked up to this cart.
Is there anywhere to sit on the cart to drive the goats?
Yes, the front part of where the pumpkin would sit has a platform that would easily fit 4 halflings. Depends on for you guys. I mean, you could probably all crowd in, or you could have 2 of you up there.
I do have proficiency in land vehicles.
Great. So you want to
Well,
head?
I vote Anya does the driving then.
You want to head out of town, and you know that the direction is north, and there really is only one direct path that way. And Miona is kind of watching and being like, that way, that way. So it's easy to go. Is everybody going to jump on board? The goats don't go very fast, so you could, if you have a reasonable walking speed, You could easily keep up. Otherwise, it's a bit of a hustle.
I'm literally gonna jump on board, just like I'm gonna use my ring of jumping and just to get right inside of there.
Nice.
Artemis is sort of hanging to the side a little bit, like maybe she's gonna like step out once we're outside of the city a little bit, but she's walking along with it for now.
Okay.
And Gorgar is definitely walking. He likes to have his feet on the nice solid earth, especially when surrounded by all this nature and bugs and trees and no good walls or stone around him. So he's at least his feet are on good solid earth. So.
And Anya's driving. Anya, the buppers that you had caught the attention of are following, and now you can't tell if it's from the flute playing or the giant pumpkin.
Either way, it's all good.
Oh yes, a trail of buppers are leaving the town following all of you.
Great.
Oh.
And roll your vehicles.
So that's just roll plus proficiency, right? There's no
Yeah.
19.
And then also roll an animal handling just to help me with that.
23.
Ooh,
I mean, wherever you want to go, you and these goats.
you can even go up.
Great. No problem. And then for the other three, not Anya, Artemisia, Scoops, Rogar, roll a perception check leaving town for me.
Okay.
It's really... Go, 20. Nice.
24 is
24.
16.
16. And Scoops?
12, but my passive perception 17.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, it's the more you stare, the less you're paying attention.
Stop trying so hard, Scoops.
And for the three of you, as we leave, it's suddenly hillier, and you're entering into a very up and down terrain towards some larger, they're not mountains yet, but you're entering into some valleys, and then uphill again, and it's getting rockier wherever there's exposed terrain from the grasses. And then you notice that although you're heading towards a large cave, there are more and more of these smaller cave type entrances into some rocky underground areas.
Does there seem to be buppers? Are they just following us because of the pumpkin, or are we seeing more of them as we go toward where the big buppers from?
You're definitely encountering a few buppers along the way as you go, and then they notice the pumpkin, and now you have a bit of a train of them. So
It's just like growing. We're just dragging mines.
Yep.
So Artemisia is going to try to sort of like be like, oh, hey, like mercy closet thing. Yeah, going off the trail here. Rogar, you can guess what she's going to do. Go off the trail, find somewhere, no big trees, I guess, but like a rock formation to be behind. And then her half elf, the elf that she is half of, is Lythari, who have a wolf form. So she's going to change into a wolf and then sort of like come and try to be subtle and like eat some buppers off the train.
Oh, fantastic.
And she if people want to like try to see her, she's not that subtle, because she's like a normal looking kind of gray wolf, very like skinny, lanky, and she is absolutely bronze colored. Like not like brown tinged or anything. She is a bronze colored wolf.
Cool.
Rogar will say, if you see a wolf, don't shoot it, especially to Anya. It's all right. He just thinks about that. Better make sure he doesn't. And he'll move up to help, like, just in case the goats spook, because goats are spooky around wolves. So
Roll a quick animal handling, Rogar, and then
not
for
good.
our wolf friend, just do a dexterity, and we'll figure out how many buppers you manage to catch and snag.
Excellent.
That's
she's out of practice. That's a 4.
Okay.
And I got an 8 on the animal handling.
Okay, yeah, so for the 4, you managed to grab just one bupper. There's tons of them around, so it was really how many mouthfuls can you get at once. And the taste of it, they are delicious. And if it's been a while since you've had your teeth press into fleshy meat, and they have juicy, sweet blood, and it kind of gets into between your teeth and your tongue. It's delicious.
Love it.
And then Rogar, you are kind of staring as you notice the wolf with the fuzzy white thing in its face, and the blood just starts to like squelch out. And then the goats are spooked by you just being a little bit like, oh. And also, they smell a bit of the blood in the air, just as the wind blows across all of you from where the wolf is. And
It's okay, Goatee McGoatface. It's all right. Don't worry. It's
they are still, they know their task, so they are on it. And they probably are going to go no faster than they are. There's nothing that's going to help them shuffle along any faster. They look a little concerned, so they're going to take their time, and it makes the travel slow because not only are the goats a little nervous, but the uphill nature of the ascent into the more rocky, more mountainous area becomes more difficult. And now you start to see more trees, so if our wolf is maybe a little more at home, there's a few more trees. They get larger and larger as you travel, until eventually you reach the base of a very rocky, large entrance to a cave into complete darkness. You can't see what exists beyond the mouth of this maw-like cave entrance.
Rogar takes a nice big whiff of the cold, earthy smell of cave air.
It's surprisingly fresh, considering that as you get closer, you can see the base around the cave. There are a few buppers nibbling about on grasses and weeds, but then also clearly the remains of the bodies of anyone who has come previously.
Oh no. Do any of them look like, I just remembered that. Oh no. Okay. Sorry. We went back in level for this thing, so I'm like, wait, do I still have that? Do any of them look freshly dead?
Anybody who is taking that in, roll perception, and then investigate if you want to go poke them.
Or or mostly dead. Are any of them mostly dead?
I'm not quite dead.
I'd like to be looking for the terrain and thinking can we fit the pumpkin in the mouth of the cave if we need to get in there, or is there a good spot that we can put it where we can sort of hide and distract the big bupper?
Okay. What you got for rolls, team?
I got
21.
11.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no.
Okay.
21.
21 for Anya. Rogar, 11.
18 for Scoops.
And Artemisia's gonna, it tasted so good, she wants the second one. So she's still.
Go for it.
Dex again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that was better. Okay. That was 15.
Nice. And so, and there's so many of them here at the entrance, and they are, as the cart rolls to a stop, so the pumpkin stops, so the buppers stop, and you can just hoover up as many of them as you want. There are just 3 or 4 of them, and they're really small, and they compact together because they're so fluffy. So you've got a whole bunch of them.
How many are there?
There's probably 40 of them.
40? So I'm going to see the wolf eating, and I remember the bronze wolf. I heard her I saw the minor illusion, and I was like, oh, cool. And I'm putting 2 and 2 together. And I'm going to use my ability to speak with small beasts and convince, they've stopped for a second, but I'm worried that they're going to go everywhere. So I'm going to try and get all of the buppers to just stay still, and I'm going to let this happen. Is that an animal handling check?
Yes.
Oh, weak. 11.
Okay, because there's only so much you can do. once the wolf starts to snap a few of them before the rest of them start to sort of
Just
scatter.
look at me. Just look here, Buppers.
Hey, no,
Squeakity squeak squeak 'em.
yeah.
It is a little bit like the Simpsons episode with Homer in Chocolate Land. Enjoy, wolf, as many buffers as you want. They're all somewhat distracted by the pumpkin or the gnome. And yeah, they're delicious and sweet. And they've all been eating pumpkin. They do have a pumpkin spice latte flavor.
Oh, pumpkin flavored
Whoa.
Buppers. This is the best. Rogar, you're probably gonna have to call her back.
Yeah. The schnoz
Sorry.
bunnies taste like schnoz bunnies. Okay.
They
Uh,
do.
I hate to interrupt your little feeding frenzy here, but is there any chance that you can cast something like Tiny Hut or something that will protect the pumpkin from the Buppers, but they'll still be able to see it and be drawn to it?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Do we need to protect this pumpkin? I mean, we got it away from them, but do we really need to? Do we care?
I mean, I care a little bit if I can. If we
Oh.
can't, whatever, no skin off my back. But I need to come back here next year to entertain. So
I
I
gotcha.
need to
I gotcha.
maintain my reputation.
I mean, even if we lose the pumpkin and you've got the skin, you're gonna make a You said you wanted the skin of this bupper, right?
Oh
You
yeah,
can-
the big bupper. I
Nice.
definitely. I can make the nicest cloak.
Yeah. So
I'm
you'll
sure.
be celebrated as a hero, pumpkin or no pumpkin, I bet.
I guess that's true. So yeah, I guess have at it, buppers.
And as everyone is enjoying the wolf feasting and discussing some interesting options that you might be able to take regarding the pumpkin in the cave, you hear from inside the cave, echoing out from the entrance, a deep, deep rumble, and then
Hello. Would this be a good time to take a break? Cliffhanger. We're about halfway through. I just thought this might be good.
perfect.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that sounds
okay.
like a good one.
Okay. I think we'll probably have a 10-minute break. Is that too long? You want to take a 5 or?
I think that's good. 10 minutes.
10 works for me.
Freshen our nakatinas.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Hey, have you guys? My stomach has been grumbling. I'm so sorry.
Welcome back, heroes. Do you promise that you'll help some people?
We have a very good reputation for not murdering people.
Don't lie. I want to throw some acid on a pixie.
Temple, that's the word I was looking for.
You're a cleric.
Let me see that. And I'm gonna reach for my spear. I'm like,
I'm not on their side. I'm totally on your team.
A good portion of it belongs in a museum, and a good portion of it belongs in our pockets.
does any one of you speak common? No? All right then, death it is.
Who wants a shot? Bursting out of their chest like they're noodle arms. Now we arm wrestle.
Supposed to have what?
I am not a barbarian.
You drank blood out of a reed.
Listen,
My arm. Somebody gave you a quest to judge dogs.
Yeah, 100%.
Back right up.
Guys, I got a pike.
On a mission from gods.
Double botch.
Catman.
Hello. Are you ready to roll? More teeth for me to break.
Hey.
Hey, yeah,
Hi,
thank
everyone.
you. Woo! Returning from our break, got a couple things to chat about before we jump back into our adventure with the Buppers in Bonnybottom. Do we want to start with talking about those pictures that we saw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was all that? The cool ready to roll stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So yesterday was the launch of it was the world premiere of our first episode of Ready to Roll, where we are releasing gameplay that we actually shot starting at the late summer into early fall of 2019. And the reason it's taken so long to share the gameplay with everyone is the original vision of this the show was to do a true to gameplay D&D show, but we have our company is full of a lot of people who come from film, and we wanted to fully realize the fantasy world that's happening in the players' minds. So we were aiming to have an average of about 15 minutes per hour episode of full-scale fantasy reenactments. So the costumes you're seeing and the sets you're seeing were all practically built, and we were using the gameplay as a guide track. So we had to shoot that all first, and then basically the plan was to lip sync to all of the dialogue that happened at the table. And we were block shooting everything that happened in a given location all at once throughout. There's 27 episodes in the first season. And it was January into February of 2020 that we were just getting to the tail end of finishing our first block of shooting, which is everything that happens within the castle tower and various levels of that castle tower. And then a pandemic hit. And that was quite the challenge for us to navigate. So we had to shut down production and go into lockdown. And we were like, okay, 2-week hindrance, we can make this work. And then 2 weeks became 3 months, and we pivoted to start making content from home and that kind of a thing, because we still hadn't launched our YouTube channel yet at that point. And we were like, okay, what do we do? We'll figure this out when we can get back. And then we did that, and we launched the channel in July of 2020. Mid-pandemic, but then when it came to shooting more of the reenactments and adding in having to navigate a pandemic and make sure we were adhering to all of the health guidelines and making it safe on set for all of our cast and crew, it became very daunting. And we did manage to shoot a fair bit of reenactment footage, like quite a bit, but not anywhere near as much as we would have liked to, sadly. But we still have an amazing gameplay show, and we have a lot of that footage in the can. And what we're going to be doing is releasing the gameplay, and then throughout, that's going to be taking place over a year, because even the gameplay itself has a really high cinematic production value, and there's a lot of finishing that goes into it. So we're releasing a new episode every 2 weeks is the cadence we're going to try and hit, and there might be some snags along the way because the world's on fire, but we will be releasing vignettes. So there's going to be excerpts from the show where, for the reenactment footage that we did shoot, you'll see the way that we originally envisioned interweaving the live action reenactments with the tabletop gameplay. So sometimes it's even mid-sentence, you'll see someone in character start to say something, and then suddenly you're in the actual world and you see the characters in full makeup and costumes with props and CG effects and amazing set builds. We have a hugely talented team of people who all brought this together. And over time, you'll see as much as that as we can share. And then hopefully this thing catches on and we can get the funding together to fully realize season 2 down the road.
Sounds fun. When you were describing that, I was thinking Drunk History. You know how they lip sync over that.
the original
I'm sure you weren't drunk while you were out.
No. That would have been way worse.
Or funny.
The original concept was basically drunk D&D meets Drunk History meets Lord of the Rings. So that level of production value, but it's really tongue in cheek. It's a lot of fun. Our campaign is super fun and silly, and because Roz is our DM, and every NPC that she voices in the reenactments is played by different people, but they're all lip syncing to her voice. So that has its own level of comedy to it as well.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I'll just check out Ready to Roll. That's on, what's the YouTube channel?
Filthy Questline, youtube.com/AFilthyQuestline.
AFilthyQuestline.
AFilthyQuestline. And we will also be streaming the episodes as they come out on Twitch, but we're just an affiliate on Twitch, so it's only up for 2 weeks, but you can catch library of it as it builds on the Filthy Questline.
Awesome. Yeah, and then just obviously right now we're playing for ExtraLife. Woo!
Yeah.
You know, helping children and their families. So please, check out our team page, ExtraLife team page, to donate. A lot of us have individual incentives. Rhiannon and I both are offering incentives to writers because we're kind of an author stream. We're all authors on this stream. So if you're a writer, there's some really great incentives there for you. But also, you can type !enter, and to enter to win a set, a cool dice set portfolio over the course of the marathon. So this drawing will happen at the end of the marathon, and it's like a portfolio, and then you get to choose 5 entire sets of dice to fill it up if you win. And then you can also type !gimme, GIMME, and you'll see in the little thing there's Norse Foundry is for this session. So just at the end of this session, we'll be giving away a set of bronze dragon scale metal dice, and they're super cool, super high quality. So you should check that out, enter for that. And then also you can go to the phoenixdice.com website, and if you enter ExtraLife in, you'll get 10% off on top of all of the amazing Christmas stuff that they're stacking up right now. So check that out.
And ! We Love Codename gets you Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, the game. You can get an Electrum chess code, and there will be others. So come back other times during the stream if you would like some other chess codes.
Did you choose the bronze dice because of the bronze wolf?
I think I don't remember. They were just the sets that were offered to us, but I suspect that.
Yes. Yeah, it perfectly. And she also got some kind of a bronze sheen to her skin for certain reasons. So her ancestry, or their ancestry. So
very cool.
Say no more. All right.
I assume we're seeing more of that adventure continue maybe later today.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Check out you can type in !schedule and see our full schedule of games today. So
amazing.
A lot of great stuff. Okay. Yay!
Yay! Thank you, everybody. And
thank you guys for having us. This is very cool.
Gosh. Yeah, having a blast.
Yeah, this is
all right.
fun.
What a treat. Okay.
But right now we're horrified because
and you've heard this menacing, terrible roar boom out of this cave entrance to the north, where you've traveled from the town of Bonnybottom, trailing a bunch of these adorable little pumpkin-eating machines, the Buppers, and you can see now at the entrance to the cave a bunch of small eyes light up in the darkness, as though there are more things inside. They are definitely taller off the ground than the Buppers that you see. Well, many of them are small little fuzzy corpses now because the wolf has just mawed through a bunch of them. But you know that they were only little guys, and there's something taller inside of there, but many sets of those eyes. Roll a quick perception.
How high is the entrance to the cave?
It goes from probably because it's mouth shaped, and it's small at the sides, but probably at its highest 6 feet.
Oh, okay. And is there somewhere where it looks like I could jump onto and sort of perch myself?
On the edge around it? Yeah, it'd be difficult to see inside. You'd have to lean over.
Okay.
But you could perch yourself at the top of the cave entrance, yes?
Yeah. Because are we placing this pumpkin to sort of lure things out?
I mean, that seems, not that the wolf is thinking about tactics, but it seems smarter to have them come out where we can see them as opposed to just sort of going inside where we can't see what's going on.
Rogar will be Artemisia. Maybe it's a good time to not be a wolf. And I know there's also good food here, but you don't, if you eat them all now, then you won't have any for later. Maybe.
So the wolf kind of sort of goes like she's used to talking to somebody with speech.
Uh-huh.
But Rogar, I mean, you got nothing.
All right. It would be
And then she looks at him like, "What are you doing? You're talking gibberish." So she's gonna like step aside, not as much out of sight as she thinks she is, and then boop, there's a half elf standing there, and she probably doesn't realize that there is like blood like all over her mouth.
Just a beard, just a white fluffy beard.
She like picks some fur out of her teeth and looks kind of like nauseated a little, but like also very full of delicious buppers. And then she like casually comes back. Hey guys.
Hey.
What we doing?
I rolled a 14 on my perception.
I rolled a 9.
15 on mine.
And Anya,
Perception, I rolled a 19.
nice.
Oh.
So Anya, you count between those little blinking sets of eyes. There's 6 sets that are clearly perceivable by you in the darkness. And for the other 2, you're not quite counting how many eyes, but because you're noticing that they are coming closer. So they are getting to the edge of the darkness, and you can see that into those shadows, they are also kind of white and fluffy.
Just
Bigger
are they
than the buffers.
Oh, okay. All right.
Scoops jumps up onto whatever rock ledge I can manage at the top of the mouth of the cave there.
Whoa! You can jump like 6 feet. That's pretty impressive.
Oh, I've got a ring. Makes me jump like, I can jump like 15, 20 feet.
Oh.
As you're closer to the cave, you know that the entrance is 6 feet, but it looks like it probably goes deep and larger on the inside once you go inside, as you got a quick glance in as you got closer to the cave entrance.
Okay, so do I need to roll to sort of like get up there well, or do I just pull it off?
Roll me a strength and we can decide how good this looks.
Oh no! Is the Bupper a Time Lord? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no. Straight strength?
Just roll a strength check.
That's a 5.
Do you have athletics as a bonus?
No.
Okay. So you rolled 5 total?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Rogar was just praising this because the jump was amazing, but the actual like holding on was a little bit of a scramble. Yeah, you can get that high, but then you realize there's not really a ton of place to perch yourself and hold on. So you're making it work, but it's tenuous.
This plan isn't great.
Hey,
The
in
other
there.
3 of you, are you still working on the pumpkin idea?
In terms of using it as bait, or
drawing them out.
Drawing them out. Although Rogar will hold up a bunny and kind of hold it by its paw so it looks like it's hanging, and he'll say, "Hang in there, Scoops," trying to motivate him. Be motivational, and then.
I'm trying.
I thought you were gonna be like, "Come out here, or the bunny gets it."
Oh no! I wish I had. But that's not Rogar. That's not.
Well, I mean, so we could, if we're gonna talk to the big one or see if the big one like is talk toable, we kind of want to do that now, and then we could start like just like blasting spells or whatever into there. So, I mean, who wants to be spokesperson to a big bupper?
Does anybody
you're
speak
perched
Bupper?
up on the cave, so somebody down in front.
I mean, I have decent animal handling, so I suppose I could give it a shot.
Yeah, my animal handling's a +7, but
Oh my, your animal handling is better than mine. I only have a +5. My persuasion is
technically I
+7.
can only speak with small beasts. So I don't know.
It's a small beast that grew up.
Oh,
I mean, it's worth a shot. Better than not trying, I guess.
All right, well, since I haven't been able to get a good perch and I'm not going to be able to do like a really good attack that I had planned, I'm just going to push off and land back on the ground, try to make it as cool looking as I can.
Okay.
And then
Okay, well, that didn't work. Let's try your plan. Okay. Oh, mighty Big Bupper. Please, we would love to negotiate with you. We know you're in there. We think you're in there. The people of this town have well, they don't want you here, and they're willing to go to some extreme lengths, and we'd like to potentially negotiate a deal so that you don't see a horrible end. Because I think they're determined to get rid of you, and maybe we can come to some sort of agreement.
Roll your. Are you gonna try? This is sounding quite persuasive, so you can try for a roll.
Okay. Straight. Just persuasion.
Yeah.
No animal handling. Yeah. that's
He's up on top of the cave.
No, I jump back down.
Oh, okay. Rogar will gently kind of put his back supportively, his hand on his back supportively, but and give him guidance. So you can add a die 4 to your roll. He's like,
Oh, okay.
Sharindlar, bless your efforts.
Okay, so that's a persuasion, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration.
Oh.
Ooh,
So you get a D6 to add.
nice.
wow.
I don't have any buffs, so.
That's the worst. Okay.
How do you inspire him bardically?
I start singing a little bit of a soothing tune for the Buppers. You know, but on the chorus, I kind of switch into the tune that I found earlier that sort of got their attention, and you know, I'm gonna tell myself was leading them along behind the cart, not the pumpkin.
16.
The sets of eyes advance towards all of you. Everyone roll initiative.
Can I tell, do any of the sets of eyes that I see, 'cause you said I see 6 sets, do any of them look bigger or further spaced apart than the other ones?
No, these all look like they are about the same size. They are probably the size of the wolf that was trailing you.
Okie dokie.
My +1 initiative, I got 2.
Ooh.
13.
Non-natural 20.
Oh my.
Dirty 20.
There you go.
Filthy
Scoops.
20.
There you go.
Nice.
11.
Anya at 11.
She's still busy searching in those eyes, trying to see if there's, one she can pick out World War II sniper style.
Bard sniper. Nice. And Scoops, you notice the 6 now wolf-sized Buppers emerge from the cave, and they are much more menacing looking. They have big, sharp, pointed teeth, and there's goo and gore inside those teeth, and they have claws on the end of their paws that go
Oh no.
Oh
they
no!
walk out across the stone of the entrance to the cave, and they have a giant fluffy tail, and it's kind of like a big pom-pom on their butt.
Did we bring the holy hand grade of Antioch?
Can I cash in?
teeth.
Yeah. Can I cash in my inspiration to re-roll my initiative?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, 21. That's the opposite.
Oh,
So I went from a 1 to a 20. From a natural 1 to a natural 20. That's much better.
Nice.
that the gods are with you.
Oh, thank you, Sharon.
And all of you see them approach, and they are clearly, Rogar, you're getting the feeling that they're going to go for Scoops.
Oh no.
They do not look friendly, and they start to snarl and advance, but they haven't reached Scoops quite yet. They're probably within 15 feet of Scoops.
All right, so I'm going first. Is that
Yes.
what you're saying? Okay. And Scoops is how close to me?
You are because you got close to Scoops to do.
Oh, right. So I'm right
magic
next to
on-
him. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so I'm going to cast. I'll cast Spirit Guardians. I say, oh, great guardians, Sharindlar, send your protectors forth to save us. And out of this growing glowing light flows these like Valkyrie-like dwarven maidens who start circling us with their beards and their braids flowing in the wind. I was gonna cast as oh, that's as high as I can cast. So so anything that enters, it's a 15-foot radius around us.
Okay.
And anything that enters it, their movement is halved. Or their speed is halved, sorry.
Okay.
And then upon entry or at the end of their turn, they take 3d8 radiant damage.
Oh. Great. Okay. And as you cast that, Scoops, you notice it around you as the magic fills that 15-foot space. You're next to act, Scoops.
Okay, so how close are the... You said they're not...
Pack.
They haven't reached me, yeah.
The pack of Buppers are 15 feet. They're just at the edge of the sphere.
Okay, I shall... They're all the same size, you said, right? None of them look...
They are all wolf-sized Buppers.
One of them doesn't have, like, anything identifying it from the others, like a...
Like a
it's the
crown
one-
for the queen? No.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm just going to I'm gonna fire me old longbow. And I'll just pick, I don't know, let's go from left to right.
Fantastic.
So the furthest left one, and that is a 19.
Hits. That arrow flies true.
Sweet.
Connects directly to the white fuzzy fur of the large Bupper.
Okay.
Oh, go on yourself, yeah.
And that is 9 damage. And I have a second attack.
The same Bupper?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, my people ran away.
That is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
Okay.
Another arrow.
And that one does 10 damage.
That Bupper falls just poof, to the ground. The blood coating the white fur. And the other Buppers snarl.
Oh, great. Ooh.
Do you move?
Sorry, I'm just seeing. Oh, I should do that next. Yes. Where we're at right now, Rogar's right behind me, yes?
Correct.
Okay. I'm just going to...
And you're both protected by the Dwarven Valkyries.
Yeah, and is the Spirit Guardians, does that center on you, Rogar?
It centers on me. So if I
Okay.
move, it moves with me.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a step back so that I'm parallel with Rogar, but then also take a 5-foot step to my left so that we're about 5 feet apart.
Copy that.
But I'm still within the Valkyries because they're cool.
They are beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So you two are still at the front line. And then next to act, this 5 remaining Buppers, all at once, together, fly forward towards you all. They are obviously entering this range extremely quickly. Their speed is halved. They could still make it towards you, but as they move forward, they begin to take damage. What does this look like, Rogar?
Oh, so as they enter the field, they like slow down a little bit, and the dwarven Valkyries swoop down and like bop them on the head. They bop the Buppers on the head. Like,
Did you boop those snoots? No!
little Bonnie Boopers chomping through the forest.
And they each, you can roll damage for them.
Oh, aye. So, Out of 3 die 8, I got a 6. I didn't know how that managed to happen, but there you go.
Oh,
3 2s. That's
Three
rough.
twos.
D&D
I know.
Beyond roll.
I know. Thanks, D&D Beyond.
Ooh, rough.
That was.
all right.
That's because they recognize Rogar's hesitancy, like, but they're kind of cute.
Yeah,
The hesitancy.
Oh,
there's still something about them.
They're simply the best.
And as they fly forward through the space, almost in slow motion, taking the damage from the Valkyries, some of them are able to shrug more of it off than others, but all 5 of them are still up. And so they land to descend on Scoops all at once.
Oh,
Oh no!
Ah!
Oh no.
And they make nibble attacks against you.
cute but deadly.
Okay, 2 miss for sure, but then there are 1 attack that's an 11 against your AC, Scoops.
Nope.
And then 1 attack that's a 16 against your AC.
That's a tie.
Ooh, hits. And then a 17. So you take 2 nibble damage hits.
Ah! Ugh.
Take 18 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
The 2 buppers. Ah! They nibble
Ow, that hurt
their
way more than I
tiny
thought it
fangs.
would.
Oh
And their teeth are sharp at the front, and then at the back where they kind of continue to chew on you, that's good for pumpkin chewing.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. They will stay where they are, all of them descending on you, and attempt to take out the one that has the arrows shooting towards their friend. Artemisia, you are next. Anya, you're on deck.
So, I feel like probably if I go throwing lightning bolts around, I'm probably going to hit Scoops. Is that correct? Or are there enough of the pack that are a ways away where I could sort of get an angle on some of the
You could
buffers
probably, you could probably hit 1 or, I'd say 1 for sure, if you want to be super careful. 2 if you want to roll the dice.
I mean, I think these are new people. She's hit her friends with lightning bolts before, so she's going to be super careful and keep her lightning bolt for now and just go with magic missile.
Oh, it's very considerate.
And she's gonna concentrate them on whichever one seems like has its teeth in. I mean, he's getting attacked from many angles, but if there's one particular one on Scoops that she can, like focus on, she's gonna send all the darts towards that one.
Great.
Let me roll this, and
That's good. You're probably 30 feet back from them. You've got a great angle. One of them that is attempting to make a pumpkin out of Scoops.
So I don't usually roll on D&D Beyond 5 points of damage, but that's 1 dart, isn't it? Or
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
yeah.
This is gonna completely destroy that bupper. Just a explosion of fluffy white fur and goo.
Oh, D&D Beyond is being very strange. Okay, so that's 2, and then 3. So
explosion of that one buffer around. So there's just the 4 of them left now.
Ah!
And
gross.
it's gonna be a gooey spray all over Scoops and then a misting at Rogar.
Apparently,
it's
people
getting in
have
my
actually
beard.
tested, and D&D Beyond rolls lower on average than it statistically should.
I broke out my dice. I'm like, okay, let's do this for real.
Yeah,
Also-
I'm getting my little pyramids together so that I can do.
Also, Roz, I failed to mention. I forgot they do make a wisdom savings throw for half damage in the Spirit Guardians thing. So
Oh yeah, right.
they could have taken 3 instead of the awful 6 that they have.
Luckily, they have low wisdom, so good chance they wouldn't make it anyways.
Yeah.
Amazing. Artemisia, do you need to move?
Well, she's sort of staying behind as much as she can while still being in the Spirit Guardian. So she's towards the back of the Spirit Guardian
Okay,
area.
perfect. Advancing slightly to stay within the safety. And then it is
Exactly.
Anya's turn.
Okay. I'm going to use a bonus action on whichever Bupper is closest to. They're attacking Scoops, right?
Yes, and they're
So
close to Rogar.
Okay, and I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the closest one
Mm-hmm.
and fire at it with my longbow. Yeah, I hit it. 29.
Yeah, you've more than doubled its AC. Great.
And I get an extra d6 damage. Oh, great. 10 damage total.
You destroy another Bupper. And from within the cave, everybody hears another growl rumble out across.
Come on out. Face
Mama's
us.
not happy. Right?
Coming back to the top of the turns, Rogar.
Oh, all right. As of my bonus action, I will cast spiritual weapon. I say, love hurts, love scars, love wounds, hammer heart. And above my head, a spectral warhammer appears, but the head is like in the shape of a giant heart. And I will whop the Bopper to Scoops on the head. I'll bop it on the head. And let's see. Oh, wait. I'm not going to use... I'm going to... All right. 1d8. 6. That's not bad. Plus 5. So 11 points of damage on the head of the medium-sized Bopper. And then as my action, I cast the cantrip Sacred Flame at it. So it's like, whop! In its face. And that's 2d8.
This Bupper just did not see any of this coming.
Yeah, 11 points of flame damage. Toasty Bopper.
The
Sacred
smell
Flame
of
not a
roasting pumpkin fills the air.
What's that?
Does Sacred Flame not have a saving throw?
No. It's
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Dexterity saving throw.
Sorry. I don't
That's
know why
okay.
I'm sabotaging my own team.
No, it's fine. and I apologize. Like I said, we went back in level, so these are spells I haven't used in a while. But
All
yeah.
good. The that Bupper botched that roll, so
Okay.
natural 1 against the protection from the flame.
Fur.
The radiant flame.
Aye.
Sacred flame, right?
Aye.
And it just lights on fire, but in that, like, what does your magic fire look like, Rogar?
Oh, it's pink. It's a nice pink rosy color.
It's beautiful. There's like
Hi.
a lovely glow
Oh,
across everyone's faces that's nearby.
Hi.
And the
It gives
smell
everyone a
of-
nice look of health, the blush of health.
It's not so much a roasting fur as a roasting pumpkin smell, as this Bupper lights on radiant damage flame fire and then collapses to the ground completely dead. You're still left with 2 of these larger Buppers. They're technically medium-sized if you need it for your stuff.
And Rogar will shout into the cave, Really? This isn't going well for you. You don't have to continue if you want to call it off.
No response.
Okay.
And you stay where you are with your guardians?
Aye.
Perfect. Scoops, your next act.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will step in front of Scoops, between Scoops and the cave.
Very nice.
Okay. I drop my longbow and pull out my Golthias staff. So this big black staff. And are they still within 5 feet of me, or do I have to move towards
They
them?
are within 5 feet of you.
Okay, well, easy peasy. So I'm going to swing at one and attempt to hit it with my creepy black staff.
Very mysterious.
That's a 10.
You miss.
Ugh.
Swing wide. It's been a while since you've had the staff in your hands and the grip.
Okay. Well, I swing and miss, and then redirect for a sort of back of the head attack for the second attack, and that's a 15.
Oh, hits. So the first one, you come down, but then you swing upwards with the other end of the staff and just clock it across the head.
Nice. And with that, okay, wait 1 second. Oh, okay, yeah, so I did that something else. So, as it hits, you see the whole staff start to bleed, and it starts from the end of the bupper that I hit, and the blood rushes towards me along the length of the staff.
Oh.
And sadly, I only did 3 damage, but the damage that I do to the bupper, you see the blood sort of just disappear magically into me, and I regain 3 hit points.
Whoa.
Nice.
Okay. And then the attack damage to the bupper?
It's only 3 damage. Yeah, sadly.
All good.
And how do I expend a charge? Oh, there they are.
Wonderful.
And bonus action.
And if you're gonna move.
Well, they're both within a couple
Yeah.
of feet of me.
They'll bite you. Nibble attack.
I am going to use my bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike. I should have done that first. Whoops. But I'm doing it for the movement bonus. Yeah, damn. Yep. Whoops. I should have done that before I attacked. But I can now move away and not provoke opportunity attacks. So I shall move. Look at 25 feet. I'm going to move 15 feet. No, I'll go 25 feet, and I'm going to go past Rogar to the other end of what seems to be the radius of the Valkyries. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and that's me.
And now you leave Rogar next, pretty close to the 2 buppers that are left. And they will...
Aye.
Do they start their turn with damage?
They do. They start.
Okay.
They do the wisdom savings throw though. And I'm gonna roll.
A 7 and a 14.
They need to do 17, I believe it is. 16. Sorry, save is 16.
So they both fail.
Yep.
Full damage. Oh no.
7, a 2, and an 8. So what if that is 15, 17 points. Yeah.
Just as they are about to bite you, the Valkyries swoop in to save your life from these 2 mean, gnawing, angry buppers. And they completely destroy the last 2. And as that happens, taking their place in the initiative order, you hear thump, thump. And then for some reason, of silence for a very long time. As though those two thumps might have been two very large, bouncy legs hitting the ground, and something jumped from deep within the cave.
Oh.
Here comes
Everyone-
Peter Cuttingtail.
Rogar assumes the silence is a hesitancy, and he's like, we're very sorry about that, but you sent him out. We don't have to do this. I keep telling you.
You don't see anything at the moment, Artemisia. Oh wait, Rogar. It was their turn. That's why that was happening. Okay. Yes. You heard the thumps and you felt the ground shake, and then the sudden silence.
Okay, and then now it's my initiative.
We'll go if Artemisia and Anya have anything to do. If they want to do anything in prep as they hear the sound of something extremely large approaching.
I'll do a quick cure wounds on Scoops. So while we're waiting, it's like we can all just sort of lick our wounds and not fight anymore. And he'll say, Sharindlar's grace upon you, and a rosy glow surrounds Scoops, and he gets 16 points of damage.
Nice.
So
Wow.
Artemisia is going to,
Thank you.
since she doesn't have any particular buffs, she's going to do a cantrip for dancing lights, and she's going to send them into the cave. The range is 120, so she's going to send them as far as she can to see if that illuminates anything that gives them some more information as to what's coming for them.
And Anya, anything before whatever this is lands?
No, I don't really have anything to do till my turn.
And as my bonus action, if I can hold my bonus action, the spiritual hammer is ready to strike if something comes at me. But
Perfect. Scoops?
Like just readying a thing?
Yes.
Well, this will count as the turn, though.
We'll go back into the initiative order where it'll be first whatever this is, and then Artemisia, Anya, Rogar, Scoops.
Oh, okay. I'd like to use my hunter sense, but I already used my action and bonus actions from this round.
Oh, I mean like one more. We're going in a quick turn before, but it's more of like a prep turn.
Oh.
You can hear it coming.
Oh,
So everybody
okay.
gets like a quick 6 seconds to. We got a healing spell that went off. We've got dancing lights.
Yes. No, I'm all healed up. Let me see here. No, I'm just gonna wait.
Because the dancing lights illuminate the front. The
Can I
darkness.
make a change and ready dissonant whispers?
Ooh.
Make it ready. And the action that it will react on is.
As soon as I see the big bupper.
Okay. And it.
I'm realizing a side effect that I didn't complete, though. I should do that of my staff. And I'm good. I have to roll a wisdom saving throw every time I heal with it,
Right. Good.
or suffer madness. And I rolled a 19, so good.
Small side effect.
Just. Don't even worry about it, guys. It's totally fine. Maybe that's what happened to Dargus. And the dancing lights illuminate as it slowly starts to become clear that bursting from the front of the cave, barely even fitting through that entrance, like it is a tight squeeze for this giant bupper queen, and it has the ears of the bupper, but the face of a beast and a monster with giant teeth. It is just a huge, enormous monster shaped sort of like a dire wolf, but a half dire wolf, half fluffy bunny, and enormous. And it has 2 back legs that are very jumpy, bouncy, and it lands having been able to do this giant long leap of more than 40 feet, squishing through the entrance, and its giant maw and the second half of its mouth. Gah!
Is it within 15 feet of Rogar?
It is within 50. Yeah, it'll just land at the edge. It's coming for you.
I think that triggers the saving throw for Spirit Guardians, doesn't it?
If it's within the sphere of Spirit Guardians,
It'll land at the edge and lands there.
Haha.
So it makes a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom savings throw, DC 16.
It's a 17.
Oh, okay. So it takes half.
Yeah.
Takes half damage. And while you're rolling, the mouth that opens up and the giant teeth and spittle flies everywhere.
I got 2 8s and a 5. I swear to God. So 21. So 10 points.
Shrugs it off like a champ.
Rogar will say, "Oh, I'm all for love, but a dire wolf and a bupper probably wasn't a great idea." Oh, no.
Rippling muscles. And it's really large. It's terrifying. The front claws on it are like big raptor-like claws.
Oh.
And this thing is meant to tear something apart that is more sinewy and muscular and full of bone, as opposed to the pumpkins that the smaller buppers seem to eat.
Oh, so does it activate the things that we prepped?
Yes.
Okay.
So going in order, for Anya, you've prepped Dissonant Whispers.
Yes. So it needs to do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, lots of wisdom throws.
And it needs an intelligence of 4 or higher for it to work.
Oh. Well, it doesn't work. Because it has an intelligence of 3.
What? Okay.
The beast does not understand whatever you're whispering. Which tells everybody else a lot about the attempt to negotiate, I think.
I should have. Beasts are my favorite enemies. I could have had advantage on a nature check to know that, but forgot.
And what else are we activating?
Rogar's spiritual hammer whops it on the head for a whopping 10, but it 10 points of damage.
And again, bounces off the magic Bupper Queen. And it shakes it off. And every time it shakes its head, more of the spittle across its mangy face and long, sharp teeth shake. And bits of it fly out at everybody as it screams again. The Bupper Queen. Anything else, team? The Bupper Queen's lands?
Yeah, I didn't know that it was going to end up in sight. I would have liked to have readied Hunter's Sense. But
Okay. Artemisia, then you are next to act.
yeah.
So this seems like time for lightning bolt. And she's gonna move as she needs to so that she is going directly at it and not getting any of her friends. And so the dex saving throw for 16 to take half damage.
It succeeds on that, yes, an 18.
Okay. I got these physical dice here. No need for roll. D&D Beyond 6. 21, so 10 for the half damage.
Nice.
Lightning crackles out from your hand. What color is Artemisia's lightning?
It's white with a slightest tinge of blue that makes it even sort of like more intensely white.
And it crackles as all of the pieces of the lightning energy vaporize the air around everything. It's hits the Bupper, singeing bits of the fur. Everybody smells a bit of that burning fur smell across the space of combat encounter.
Oh, gross.
Amazing.
Smells like cooey.
Anything else, Artemisia?
Nope.
Anya. Rogar's on deck.
Anya, I'm going to use my bonus action to transfer my hunter's mark to the Queen Bupper. And I'm gonna fire at it with my old longbow. Okay. Wait, sorry. What the heck? Sorry, a bunch of stuff changed in my inventory and I lost my main weapons.
Oh no.
I can do this in my head. Okay, so attacking with the longbow.
A weird layer action.
So 21 for my attack roll. And then...
That's a hit.
So... Oh. And 11 damage.
Okay.
Piercing damage.
11 points of piercing damage. This bupper is so tough, you guys. It just like... And then grabs that arrow, spits it out. But it takes the damage. You can see that it's bleeding. It's doing damage, but... it's a beast of epic proportions. And anything else from you, Anya?
No, that's all I can do.
Rogar.
Rogar says, just Sharinlar, obscure your sight, and casts blindness on it, and it does a Constitution saving throw against DC 16.
Oh dang! It's only an 11.
Woo! So, a rosy glow covers its eyes, and its eyes go milky white.
Starts to flail around, suddenly blinded. Does that just give it the blind condition?
I believe so. It's either blinded or deafened for the duration. That's all it says. It doesn't say if it's...
Okay. So for everybody else attacking, you have advantage. And it will roll at disadvantage on attacks.
And it makes a saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Perfection. Perfection. Scoops! Oh wait, Rogar, is there anything else you'd like to do or move? You're 15 feet. But the circle of the guardians are still around you.
No, I think unless I don't have a perfect visualization of the battlefield, but I think I'm fine where I'm at.
Well, you've got your spiritual weapon still hanging there, right?
Oh, aye, that's true. It's a bonus action. I can do that. Thank you. Scoops calls out, "Use your hammer, you idiot!" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And it is it will be like 22 to hit.
Power of love.
Power of love. Love hurts sometimes. And I do a massive 1 point of damage. Oh wait, +5, so 6.
Oh, okay.
6 points.
Oh,
Okay.
And sufficiently booped.
Booped.
It is Scoop's sister.
Okay, I am going to really stare deep into the bowels of this beastie and go, "Huh."
The bowels.
No, sorry. I'm going to use my hunter's sense, and as an action, choose one creature I can see within 60 feet. I immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are if the creature is not hidden from divination magic. Yeah. So what do you got?
I don't have any resistances to share with you or immunities or any of that kind of stuff, but I will let you in on that the tail seems to have extra special magic.
Oh, okay. And then as a bonus action, I am going to say, "You're today's prey, Bupper." And that's my bonus action. It is now Slayer's Prey. And I'm going to get First time each turn that I hit the target, I will get an extra d6 damage. But I'm
Amazing.
just readying myself, and I'm about to attack this thing, but that took all my concentration for that. Well, not actual concentration, because that's Zephyr Strike, but whatever. That's it. That's all I can do.
Amazing. It's the Bupper's turn. As it flails, blind, stomping everywhere, it moves forward, just not sure quite where everyone is anymore. But moving directly forward, it will be quite close to Rogar.
Cool.
And so, at disadvantage, it will attempt to claw and bite you.
That changed his background.
I realized I still had a village background. I'm like, I'm not in the village anymore. Randomly changed.
The first one is a 16 for the bite against your AC.
Misses?
Ooh, and the second one is also a 16 for clawing at you. The blinded, poor creature cannot really find you as it just into the open space, completely missing the dwarf. It will also use its tail magic, and so everyone with insight, most of you can see it, everyone notices that the Bupper's giant fluffy tail starts to tremble and shake, and then sort of like little sparkles are all around it, and it activates the summoning of help. So a random monster joins the battle with you. And I'm just gonna roll a D100.
Oh no. It's a beholder.
Yeah. It's a giant dragon.
And just a time check, we're about 25 minutes from.
Perfect.
But we probably want to end a little bit early so that they can get set up. So.
Copy that. You're also now fighting a flail snail.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Okay, so this is a magic elemental snail. I've also never had one of these in here before. It has a magic shell.
Yeah.
Everybody roll
Very
a quick
valuable.
history, and so I'll read out some of this cool stuff about it.
Is it a
anybody
beast?
knows it. It's an elemental.
Butts.
Oh, history. -1 for Rogar. Oh, but I still got a 14.
I managed to get a 22 by rolling a 19, so.
Nice.
Same here.
18 for Scoops.
Okay, so everybody except Rogar seems to have a good sense for it. It's a large, unaligned elemental snail. It has tentacles, so it can attack with tentacles, and then if you shoot the shell, it can roll on a saving throw, and sometimes the attack can miss, and it can cause the magic to bounce back in weird ways at people.
And oddly,
Wow.
snails are one of the worst things on gardens besides bunnies, so it's very appropriate.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay.
Prop leg.
Yeah.
Flail snail added to the initiative order.
The shells are also supposed to be very valuable.
Hey.
Okay, Artemisia, you are next to act.
Oh, okay.
And
Is it
the
possible-
snail is just sort of summoned very close to the Bupper Queen, so it's within that radius of the Guardians.
Wisdom saving throw.
Because I was thinking, like, if I can lightning bolt both of them, that would be excellent.
They're next to each other.
Okay, she's gonna do that. She's got one more lightning bolt, and she's gonna use it. Because why save that sort of thing?
Yeah.
So that's
This whole time I've been continuing to hum the tune that I was singing at the beginning for the Bardic Inspiration, and I bust out, modulate into the chorus, and you get a Bardic Inspiration. So it's an extra D6 for which the ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Cool. Thank you. So the lightning bolt is the DC 16 dex save for half damage.
Oh, they both fail. Oh my goodness.
Good. Excellent. Let's do this.
The flail snail has really bad decks, you guys.
Shocking.
Yeah.
But
She's adding up Rogar's failed history check because Rogar always has these horrible ideas. He read this terrible bestiary, so he has wrong ideas about everything. His knowledge about the giant snail is that the shell, you can use it to do like sending or message cantrips, and it's called snail mail. So he hopes we can get, because all of his team members have these abilities, but he doesn't. So he's really excited about this.
Finally. It's Rogar's time.
That's right.
30 damage.
Oh my goodness. They each take 30 damage.
Oh, damn.
They're both up.
Oh, damn.
Oh. Well, that was my last lightning bolt. So we're back to pew pew, man, magic missiling.
And having entered into the initiative order, next to act is the snail. And Rogar said on the start of its turn, it will take damage. It makes us saving throw.
It makes
Wisdom.
It? Okay.
Yeah, it makes it. Rolls a 19.
All right.
Oh.
It says, another one. I think this is exactly what I got before. 8, 7, and 5. So 15. Oh, 20. Nice. So half of that, I guess, if you made it.
Yeah. Significantly damaged. The poor snail. It has no idea what's happening. Suddenly summoned
How
into this
did I
combat
get
encounter.
here?
All these Valkyries, ping, ping, ping on its shell.
And it starts to advance towards you, but if it has to move slow, and it only has a 10-foot speed, apparently. This thing's crazy. And so it can barely get away from the bupper, but it's heading towards you very slowly. It's like slow motion, so very slow.
Like, what are those ice machines for the hockey? Like when the people are like, "Oh no,
Zambos.
oh no."
And it needs to be in melee distance for the flailing tentacles to be able to act. So what it will happen is the snail's shell will emit dazzling colored light. And it's suddenly surrounded by light.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Creatures that can see it have disadvantage on attack rolls against the snail now.
But we still have advantage against the bupper.
Correct. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, you could be stunned by the light. Okay. So
Not blinded.
any creature within the bright light able to see the snail. So if you're within 30 feet of the snail, so if Rogar makes a wisdom saving throw, and so does
Scoops. I have advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Well, I hope the gods shine upon you.
Dirty 20.
Oh, very good. You're totally fine.
21.
It just looks beautiful.
Oh, I almost feel bad about hitting it now.
They're really pretty, those things.
Anya,
Hi.
you're up.
Head in the game.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep attacking the bupper since it's got my hunter's mark. And yeah, let's do a longbow again. It's been working pretty well. 28 to hit.
It misses. No, I'm kidding. Go. Roll damage.
That's not great. That'll be 9 damage from Anya.
Okay. Anything else before Rogar?
Nope.
Rogar, you're up. Scoops on deck.
All right. I will bop the bunny on the head again. Little bunny foo-foo on the head with the hammer of love. 19 plus whatever, so I'm guessing.
Oh, goodness.
And then to hit, and then let's see. I do better than a 1. I got another 1. So 6 points of damage with the hammer. And then I will fire a guiding bolt at the snail.
Hey.
So, so ranged spell. Okay. Oh, 7 plus 8. Oh, that's not bad. That's 15 to hit.
The magic careens off the shell.
Oh,
Mm.
I was distracted by how poorly my hammer did. I'm so disappointed in you, hammer.
It's all love, baby.
We're gonna talk later.
Okay. After the miss of the spell against the magic flail snail that has arrived to the battlefield, Scoops.
I'm going to fire at the Bupper, not bunny.
The Bupper.
Monstrosity at advantage, yes?
At advantage, it's blind.
Oof. That is 15.
Hits.
Sweet. Okay, so that will use up my Zephyr Strike, giving me an extra D8 damage. So, ooh, nice. So that's 20 damage, and it's my prey, so I get an extra D6. 23 damage for my first arrow.
Woo!
If it could see, what would be the last thing it sees before it dies?
Oh!
Ah.
It'll hear,
If only you would have talked.
and then right, and then it'll also hear the whoosh of an arrow as it enters one of its adorable ears. And
They got big
penetrates
ears.
its brain and drops it on the spot.
And with a slow teetering, boosh, the ground around it shakes as the Bupper hits the ground. The Bupper
Whoa.
Queen! And all the other little buffers that you see around you, they are still alive. They didn't just disappear because of the Queen. The Queen's death.
Is the flail snail still here?
Yep.
Crap.
But it's flailing. It's like, oh no. Oh no.
Then I'm going to use my second attack on the flail snail.
Okay.
And this is at disadvantage?
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Calm yourself. Yeah.
Oh. That is a 24.
That's the disadvantage. It hits.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But that is only 8 damage.
Okay.
And then I did this in the wrong order. I'm gonna, you know what? On that arrow, I'm gonna use a bonus action and cast Ensnaring Strike on that arrow. Can I do that in retroactive fashion?
No, the arrow's
Fine.
already flying.
Then I didn't do it.
Once the arrow is loosed.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're just lucky I didn't.
Is anybody hurt? Is anybody hurt?
No, I think we're doing very
You guys
well.
are
We're fine.
doing amazing.
Great.
Percy.
Then I'm just gonna, get ready to keep kicking ass. Next.
Okay, Artemisia.
So there's this snail left. So she's gonna upcast Magic Missile 2nd level to get more little things on it. So that is
Anya throws another bardic inspiration your way.
11 points of damage from the 4 little like magic missiles that are like, and they look a lot like her lightning, except they're the little like dots, so they come in all on the snail.
Oh my goodness, it's nearly down. It's nearly down. Looks very injured, the poor snail.
You feel kind of bad for it. She shows up.
Anything else, Artemisia? Nope. It'll be the snail's turn next.
Nothing from her.
Okay, perfect.
Is it still within the Spirit Guardian?
Oh, it is.
So it's going nowhere.
It didn't rush out with its 5 movement.
5 feet of movement.
All right. So wisdom savings throw or half. 12, 20, 6, 12, 20. Aye. 20 or 10 for half. I think I've rolled like 20 like 3 times in a row or something.
Yeah, it's been amazing. You guys are just
Like
killing
different configurations of
It was
it.
21 the first time.
it.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, that
But
happened
still,
half to
dang.
10 because
Yeah.
that happened twice between you and Artemisia.
Okay. Takes half damage.
Okay. 10 points.
On the snail's
Ooh.
turn. It just manages to make it to you, Rogar.
Aye. Oh, hello.
And it has 5 flail tentacles. And it is nearing the end of its life, desperate.
Help me!
Have you come for last rites then?
But it has less tentacles because you can notice that from some of the damage it's taken, every time it takes 10 damage or more on a single turn, one of the tentacles dies. So it's got a couple that are just wraggling around and not able to actually attack. So it makes 3 attacks against you.
I'm going to use cutting words and expend my last bardic inspiration, and it needs to subtract 6 from one of its attack rolls.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So 2 then are for sure a miss, and the other one is a 17.
Misses.
All misses.
All
Oh.
misses.
Those tentacles just flap against you. Just
Ping, ping off my mithril plate.
the poor
"Aw,
creature.
That's cute."
Desperate. Its bonus action, it will withdraw all of itself as much into the shell as it can. And so now just the beautiful glistening shell is in front of you.
Rogar will pat it on the shell and say, "Good move, good move."
Anya.
Well, I want that shell. So,
Oh, I can send snail mail. You definitely.
Never heard of that.
True fact. Absolutely true fact.
well,
I know these things.
I'll gonna have to take your word for that. But bonus action redirect my hunter's mark onto the snail, and I'm gonna fire at it with my longbow.
Okay, at disadvantage.
Uh-oh. 17.
Miss.
Oh,
Miss. Oh.
Whenever it retreats into its shell, it has a bonus 4 to its AC.
Oh my.
Ping! Also, Rogar says, "Oh, it's harmless now. Leave the poor bugger alone. We should go back into town and
yeah.
see if let them know we killed the big bupper."
That big bupper.
How much is left of our big pumpkin?
How much is left? While you guys have been not looking at it, it's been completely eaten by small buppers.
Aye.
400. Wow.
And we need to kind of wrap it up so that we
Yeah.
can get set up
Yes.
for the next one.
Yes,
So
we're
just FYI.
you guys have killed the Queen Bupper, and you don't really have to keep attacking the flail snail.
Well-
you don't want to.
I'm fine with stopping attacking the flail snail, and I'm going to skin this Queen Bupper for its hide.
And you notice that
Oh.
sneaking out from the forest, now that the large Queen Bupper has fallen, Miona has followed you all out. And she comes over to reveal to you that she did indeed. It was her that made the wish, not Felicity. And
What?
she has had a magic item in order to make wishes. And it only had 3 charges. And she used one to meet the love of her life. And she used the second one to do whatever Felicity wanted. And she wanted to be rid of pumpkins. And didn't know what she was doing when she made the wish.
Oh.
Oh, me, I wanna.
As payment, she gives you the card from the deck of many things that has 1 wish left.
I was like, it's a gift card. Oh, thoughtful, I guess.
And so you
Thank
receive your gold as payment, but also you take with you all, and you can fight who gets it, but a single wish.
And Rogar's like, he says, so she thought she did the curse, you thought of the curse, you got her a comb and she cut her hair, she got you a watch chain, but you sold your watch. Oh, just communicate more, you two, and everything will be fine. Moral of the lesson, communicate.
Oh, beautiful. You guys, thank you so much for
That was super fun.
That was awesome, Roz. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. And Trevor and Matt. Thank you.
I mean, thanks for having us. This is fun.
Thank you so much.
If I can do a little wrap up thing, you can get whatever I forget, Randy.
Sure.
Thank you for watching. Donate to ExtraLife, please. Lots of cool incentives. It looked like one came in for me from Trevor while we were playing, so that was awesome. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, and one from Matt. Thank you.
It's a very worthy cause.
And we have giveaways and the Electrum chess code for Idle Champions, and those will be continuing throughout the day. So stick around for our next game and check some of those out. Anything I forgot?
Hit ! Enter to enter the marathon long raffle for an awesome dice set from Phoenix Dice. You can go to their website, phoenixdice.com, and enter ExtraLife for 10% off on things. I think we have to pick a winner for
cool.
So the bronze dragon dice set from Foundry, from
Norse Foundry.
Norse Foundry. My brain is glitched. Sorry.
It's okay, you're in game mode.
Yeah, I've technically been going all night at this point, but for the most part. But yeah. So, who's going to be the winner?
Oh,
How
do you guys pick? What do you guys do to pick? Is it just
it's a random
draw?
function.
It's the bot
Cool.
in the chat, I believe.
That's fun. We did a trivia contest yesterday.
Exciting.
Okay, entries have stopped. Jake Gaming, you've won! Woo! Congratulations!
Congrats!
And stick around, everyone. There's games throughout the day. Thank you all. Thank you so much again. What was I keep forgetting the name of your YouTube. It's
youtube.com/AFilthyQuestline. You can still see the VOD on Twitch because we had a one shot with Linus Tech Tips. Then the premiere and giveaway afterwards, or a Filthy Questline just to watch the premiere of Ready to Roll.
Awesome. Check them out. And thanks to everyone. Stick around for the next awesome Wizard Tower Bash.
Woo! Thank you guys. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.